This is what courage looks like.
Good morning?
Morning.
I'm not so used to
I'm-
starting
yeah, I'm
esports
not
this
used,
early.
yes.
Pero yun na nga, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to G Legends Cup, Globe's biggest Mobile Legends event yet. My name is Leo.
I'm Saya.
At your service, we're going to be bringing you the next matchup. It's going to be a best of 3. Over 1,000 teams joined, and it's made up of Globe customers.
Yes.
So mga katropa natin sa Globe, ang mga lumalaban dito, and we just witnessed an eliminations round.
Yes.
That was a best of 1 matchup. Congratulations to
Ifios.
Alchemists. You guys put up a great fight, but nonetheless, we're gonna be moving on to best of 3s. Lahat ng bakbakan starting from here are gonna be best of 3s, and yeah, it's going to still be for the lion's share of a 600,000 peso prize pool, and yeah, it's going out across 64 teams, and today we're going to be trying to crown our champion, the inaugural G Legends Cup champion. Saya, it's been a crazy 48 hours for Mobile Legends, I think, because of the Project Next update. I gotta ask, how's that been for you?
It was, there was some, adjustments talaga na kailangan gawin. But in terms of strategy, the old meta, or like the previous meta, it can still be applicable there. To me, it's just like mas na-highlight ang role na jungler dito sa ating bagong patch. So I'm pretty excited on what kind of strategies our teams can be able to formulate with this.
Yep. I'm glad that you mentioned the junglers, because in this new patch, it's more incentivized, parang encouraged ang pagkakaroon ng totoong jungler. Kasi nga, you have the changes on retribution, you have the changes on the jungle item.
Yes.
And
the laning phase as well.
For sure now, yung para kay jungle ay talagang mapupunta kay jungle, right? Yung creeps.
Kanya na talaga.
Yung jungle creeps, no? Talagang yan yung totoo niyang pagkain. Speaking of which, we have a little something on Food Panda. But that comes after these brackets, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happened after that matchup. Ayan na, yung laglagan. The winner quarterfinals. This is what happened. Oh no! It's the Kingpins. They're facing off.
Ooh, Kingpins here, not really new onto the scene. I mean, I've been hearing, their names tons of times into various tournaments, and look at that, a very mirror fight, the kamarad.
Kilala yan pareho, no? But also, who they're facing off against, or yung susunod na bracket sa baba. Misfit Gaming PH Warriors, yan, kilala rin yan. And of course, Ifios Esports, yan, yung umangat kanina. So, I can understand how tight even a best of 1 quarterfinals can look. And based on that, these are gonna be our next matchups.
Yes.
Again, a mirror between Kingpins, so they're brother and sister teams. And then in the other bracket, down there, ladies and gentlemen, Misfit Gaming PH versus Ifios
Esports.
So, hopefully you guys are ready for a long but fruitful day of Mobile Legends action. And joining us for this journey is going to be Food Panda. Thank you so much. If you want to enjoy the Globe G Legends Cup with snacks, Food Panda is just a tap away. Punta kayo sa comment section, dun sa chat natin, and type in which team you want to win. So already we're giving you some clues. Who's on the way, alright? Kaapakita lang namin due to the brackets. And get your chance to win free ML Diamonds. There will be 200 winners. Alright? 200 winners.
Makes me want to comment right now.
Expect, pwede naman, when the game starts. Expect your dias to be given to y'all within the next week or so. Okay? So, ganun lang simple, guys. Comment lang kayo doon sa chat natin. We are the ones who are gonna get to you. I think that's the mechanics for all of our giveaways. Kita nyo yan? I did this because there's like a sprawl of giveaways on our desks right now. So just do it. As simple as that. Okay? Comment lang kayo kung sino sa tingin nyo ang mananalo ng inaugural G Legends Cup. Again, 600,000 pesos at stake. And it's going to be given via
Gcash.
Yeah, I believe. And Gcash is just so useful.
Yes.
Like, I looked at that and like, thanks. I was going to put it in Gcash anyways.
Really? And of course, online transactions are everywhere right now. And the efficiency of Gcash is just so well. So, guys, it's 100 bucks, Yeah, 100K.
100K for the winners. But just like that, we are also celebrating National G Day. Hashtag National G Day. Again, use the hashtag when you're talking about these things on social media. First up, we got the G Music Fest. We got a great lineup happening this Saturday. You got acts like Lainey, Ben and Ben, December, Av. You got Up Dharma Down, SB19. We're gonna go up. I'm not doing the right move. Don't. The Ones, Messiah and Kiana V. The live concert happens on
26.
this Saturday at 4 p.m. And it's free to watch. All right, all you gotta do is get that link via the Globe Rewards and Globe at Home app. And there is a G Chance the raffle.
What G Chance the G Chance the raffle?
Yep, G Chance the raffle, right? Almost 10,000 units of prizes for all Globe customers. Registration for the raffle will be going through the Globe Rewards and or Globe at Home application. So you can see it on both. Just check it out. Once again, the Globe Rewards app or the Globe at Home app. 917 customers could win major prizes such as a Nintendo Switch, a scooter, the Huawei Mate 30, and 10K.
And if you notice, all of these prizes or rewards are really essential right now. You know, Switch, of course. So I know. The scooter for transport. And of course, TNT. Come on.
Came out, I think, or has been optimized for this new patch. So I do believe, Saya, this patch is possibly the most disruptive and forward patch. Sobrang nagbago yung laro. I mean, I've been working Mobile Legends for the better part of the past couple of years. And ngayon lang nakita ng pati yung mga pro hindi alam yung ginagawa. Alright, even the people who do this as a living find it hard to say for sure what's gonna happen. And I can only imagine, of the thousands of teams joining us today, they've been cut down, obviously. These players, they're also wondering, no? And that means
you gotta put in some really big effort there, to really adjust yourself into this, big chunk of meta that was really adjusted. And not just, adjusted, there were tons of revamps again, even sa ating starting hero. So, you would, tama, si Eudora, nag-move on na, nagpakupit na, diba? Diba?
Who broke her heart, right? Who broke her heart?
Alay mo, nag-break sila niya.
But the thing is, that's what makes today's competition, the G Legends Cup by Globe, all the more exciting. It makes it all the more suspenseful. Kasi hindi mo talaga alam eh. Diba? Kunyari, baka dito pa tayo makadiscover. I think we are closing off with a best of 5. And doon pa lang makikita mo na baka magkabasahan sila. A new rotation might come out. It might not be the 1-1-1-2.
Or the 1-3-1.
Right, who knows? There's so much in store for today. At nagsisimula pa lang tayo. We're waiting for our next matchup. It's going to be a best of 3. And I'm so glad to be with you here, Saya, to bring you guys the action.
You're my like all-time partner.
Yeah, madalas,
diba?
Yeah,
even our starting days.
For sure. So you guys, thank you all for joining us for this journey. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok at pag-cheer sa mga favorite ninyong teams dito sa G Legends Cup. And again, who knows, we might discover the next big rotation here. The next big strategy. Also, kung nanonood lang kayo para sa fan, because you're fans.
Yes.
Pwede kasi manalo eh. Alright? Because of our love for the ML community, we are giving away, what is that? I can't even count, alright? Bibilangin ko, 5,000, 2,500 worth of Dias, 1,500 worth of Dias. Basta sobrang daming Dias. Papakulan na namin kayo. All you gotta do again,
comment down who you wanna win G Legends Cup.
Pero dapat tama, dapat liga, dapat valid yung sagot ninyo. It has to be someone who's still in the fray. So you gotta watch if they're still winning.
You have to tune in throughout the stream, guys. Para naman napang-fruitful ng panalo mo na comment ka ng comment, kasi yung pina-comment mo din pala nanalo. Isn't that nice? You get diamonds, you get, Food Panda vouchers, all you want.
5K Dias ang grand prize natin para sa mga viewers, okay? So, if you are gonna say Mavens, pakiklaro. If it's Mavens, Esports.
Yeah, 'cause they're
Kingpins
they're-
Esports
oh.
or Kingpins Maven.
Oh, kasi
Alright?
magkaparehas sila and they're like brother-sister team.
Yep, so clear it out lang. And then again, the other teams as well, make sure that you say their names correctly. And if you are the winner, kami ang pipili. Well, not kami, but you know, the team taking care of G Legends. We will message you and contact you guys, and you can expect your dayas within a couple of weeks or so.
Yes.
All right, simple lang, ganun kadali. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, we would like to thank our partners for additional prizes here to be won, not just for our players, but also for you guys watching at home. Special thanks to Shopee, Zalora, Canva, Bookful, Shaw Academy, Shure, and Food Panda, making this all happen. And as grand as G Legends Cup could be. Kasi, Saya, I gotta ask you, no? I'm curious.
Yes.
131, why do you think it's still around? Kasi I think that's what won our first matchup for the day, no?
Indeed. Well, you really can't neglect the efficiency of that certain laning phase kasi, or that certain talaga numbering talaga in terms of in terms of strategy. So despite having this big update, the fact that the old meta or the old strategies can be applied to this, it just means that you could, do some mix and match. You can mix the old ones to new ones that are yet to be discovered by this match. And number one is really the efficiency, and number two, na-incentivize nga ang jungle role, but still, the fact that if you combine that with that certain number, it kind of all the more increases your chance of winning.
Yep. I was gonna say, yeah, you're right, because not much really changed except for the fact na hindi ka na pwede mag-push ng sobrang bilis.
Yes.
They just added those turret shields which give you extra gold, and it just makes your side laners all the more focused, right? One is going to definitely level up faster. The other is going to have more gold. And as long as sinusuntok nila yung turret ng kalaban, pareho sila makapag-farm.
Yes.
And that just leaves your three in the middle very solid, because your mage and your tank can just do mage tank things. Tapos, after a certain rotation, after the 3-minute mark, saka na pwedeng bumili ng knife, hunter's knife, and then work on their jungle clearing, yung core ninyo. And it's the same, you're right. So that's why I guess 131 is still good, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm so excited to see actually yung mga 1-1-1-2 or yung 2-2-1.
But recently, during the tournaments that I've seen that already applied
Project Next.
Yes.
Yeah.
They actually, did something pretty interesting. There will be 1 onto the side lane, 2 onto the middle, and then did I say that right? 2, 3. And then the 5th one is really gonna stick into the jungle lane.
Okay, so talagang
and wait for his skills to be up for grabs and just go for some ganks.
Yan yung tipong hindi ka lalabas.
Yes.
Yung jungle ka lang.
Yes,
Okay, so
jungle talaga.
basically pick a buff, take it, and then move along. Just clear waves.
Yes.
And then lalabas ka when you say.
When you seem that it's necessary to go for that gang on a certain side lane. So that's a pretty interesting strategy to go for, kasi some do that in the early stages of the game, then suddenly returns to a 1-3-1 composition.
Yeah, eventually. Babalik ka rin. But
yes.
then again, that's just because of how we're used to it.
Yes.
Right? It's a combination of that. Ladies and gentlemen, we would love to discuss the meta all the way. But again, you're here to watch the matches. So when we come back after a quick break, magbabalik ang G Legends Cup. Magsisimulan ulit ang action. Ako nga pala si Leo.
And I'm Saya.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
2020! Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a 2-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car. Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no? Without physically going to the store.
Ooh!
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to get my license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I was right the more because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
This is what courage looks like. It's letting go to embrace what matters. It's being brave enough to change and keep going. It's being unafraid of what's new and having the guts to just go for it together. So go find that courage to recreate better days. Only with Globe.
guys? We're back, and it's time for the draft. Kingpins Esports versus Kingpins Maven. First game in a best of 3. Seiya and Leo at your service. What are we gonna see here?
We are gonna see some action, that's what, because we're gonna see the brother and sister, or brother gonna fight themselves for their spot. And looking at the banning faces that we have here, very fundamental and into the meta, and they know their priorities well right here, because look at the picks that they have. Very for the side of Kingpins Esports right here, they focus on the Farsa. Pretty sure it's gonna be like a major support here, and to follow by the Ruby, of course. I think this Ruby will be on the gold lane, and of course for the Kufra as well, of course the tank. For the side of Kingpins Maven, they have the Yuzong right here, followed by the Roger as the jungler mainly, and we'll be seeing a Diggy followed by this Nana as well.
Here's what's crazy, no, Seiya. Para sa akin, hindi ko papansinin masyado yung early Roger.
Yeah.
Kasi usually, based on the previous meta, on the draft, usually teams keep their core towards the later part.
Yeah,
Parang
yeah.
they're keeping their cards close to their chest. Dito, what is that? Side lane Hayabusa? Are we gonna see side lane Hayabusa? Is it back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this Hayabusa
Diba?
will be on the XP lane.
Side
And
lane
the
Hayabusa.
and the Ruby will be on the gold one.
Oo,
This is
tapos-
interesting. This Karina.
Jungle mid Karina.
Oh,
Right? Okay.
nice.
I like
okay.
it.
I miss the Karina.
Na-miss ko rin si Karina. Paano yan eh? Pang ranked slayer yan eh.
totoo
Because of
yan,
your ult, it
totoo
just
yan.
resets. It just resets.
Oo.
This is very lethal. Again, they got good AoE. You got the Ruby to pin people down.
Yes.
Maven though, I understand the third slot Diggy. I like it. Guys, Diggy strategy don't work no more, alright? Watch out for that. You are confirmed at least some EXP and gold no matter how many times a hero dies. So they're picking this not because of that, but because of the first 3 picks alone.
Yes.
You got the Ruby ult. I'm offended. You have the stacks on the Farsa, and then you obviously have the Kufra to watch out for. So panalo na agad doon yung time's journey. So it looks like, I gotta say, it looks like Mavens are reactive. They're answering back. Pero kahit nasabihin natin yun, because I have this mindset, I have this mentality that if you are a team that is always answering back, kung sumasagot ko lang, kung kina-counter mo lang yung kalaban mo, it's harder for you to win. Because you're not playing your game.
Yes, honestly.
But the thing is, Kingpins Esports, sila rin medyo, may ginawa sila kakaiba eh.
Hayabusa, man. Hayabusa side lane, man. And wag na natin patagalin to, Leo, because we are here now in the first best of 3 series between Kingpins Esports on the blue side and Kingpins Maven onto the red. And look at that. Really early aggression coming in from Maven. Nice flame shot right there. Forces to use the heals for the Cooper here.
Alright, so Kingpins Maven, despite the fact that they are a very early game, a very reactive matchup, I was gonna say, ang lakas ng early game nila.
Indeed, very indeed. And of course, this Diggy is very, very known to be a lane bully type of, support. So this is also, I think, one of the best assets of Kingpins that we have right now. And KP, just really on to these jungle lanes here, applying some vision to see. But this is a very good strat for them. They are pinning down the Hayabusa here. I understand the logic kasi pag napabayaan mo nga naman to Hayabusa na to, it's gonna be, slightly difficult for them come the mid phases of the game.
They're sending 3 people now. Parang
Yes.
nabigatan na si Lumi. Alright? Illumi is just not having a good day there, so they needed to send some support. And look! The rotations are so fast. Hold up! First blood drawn here by our boy Illumi. Sabi ko na nga, babe, ang bilis. And it's on the Diggy too.
Yes.
So it's fine.
Like the new patch, kind of had the intention to make the things a bit slower. But Kingpins here is not really, deterred by that fact. They will making this fast. And look at that. They will be rocking up the Cooper here. But with the help of Nana, manages to contain a bit. But the Karina will be going for the Kayla. Pero hindi pa sila tapos. Looking here. 1717 will be trying to go and shove them as much as they can. But the Karina's just powered right now. Just really going for the cleanups. Abusing the little HP that they have.
Yep, ang bilis. Tumunod siya talaga eh. But, yeah, this is Ashley in trouble. Crown is back, able to use the Oath. The flow, I'm sorry. Wow. That was recently a reworked ability, by the way. You can see now where you're going. Pero, ang galing. Nice juke there. There's a knockout again onto 1717, and it looks like top lane is esports lane or Kingpin's esports lane.
Yes.
Say they swapped, by the way. It's Ruby on the EXP lane, and then Hayabusa
On the gold lane, yeah. Okay, so the knockup is going to be used against Imbading right here, and I think, let's see, it's not really enough for him to go for that tower hug, which is understandable kasi nga naman that knockup that KP really gave earlier was one of the secured kill. But look at that feather airstrike for the far side here. Napaka-asintado. I mean, that was a brush kill, you know?
Chinek niya lang eh.
Oh.
Again, you're on the feathered airstrike. This is Majo. An amazing performance so far. There's a pull onto the Shemi. The Shemi needs to back out. Great shots thrown out, Krisha.
Okay. Seeing it right here, it's a 3v3 earlier, but I think esports is gonna go for that turtle take. Meanwhile, here onto the bottom side, I like it how Ashley is really trying to contain the Ruby as much as possible. Pero mukhang pupunta na dito into their 8, really pinning it down. The time surge is gonna be used right here, but the Karina will be securing the turtle first. The Roger will be picking off the Ruby, but it's not gonna be enough because the Ruby will be able to retaliate it with another kill. And look at the Karina after getting the turtle, going na lang siya sa kanyang cleanup right here.
It works, ladies and gentlemen. It works. Karina is capable of and there it is again. Di pa nga tayo tapos. May inulit pa. And they're going really fast here.
May winalis, tapos si Karina tagalinis. Very, very nice combination from Majo and the Shemi right here. So aggressive, and it's really fast-paced. It just goes to show that Kingpin's Esports is dictating. When in fact, yung composition nila is also good when it comes to the middle to the late phases.
Yeah. So, just like
reverse time is gonna be Journey is forced to be dished out right here, but look at that overpowered Karina right here. Tamang paglinis lang talaga. Really waiting for that assault, but okay, knockup's gonna be used this time. The Yuzong will retaliate and take one trade, but KP here forces that flicker para nga naman hindi siya ma-pick up dito. Diggy will be spawned once again.
Okay, medyo may bawi doon ang Kingpin's Maven, no? And it's off the back of 1717. So chunky on that Yuzhong. Illumi needs to quad shadow out of here. Apat to, may bawi. Rick, you gotta watch out for Rick too. Rick is farming up very quietly on that veteran hunter. He's doing okay, but so far 11 and 2, the numbers don't look good. 3,000 ahead, Kingpin's Esports.
And you know, while all that fiasco is happening, I like it how the Ruby is just really, you know, pressuring them and forcing them to go on to the bottom lanes. Para nga naman hindi sila ma-push agad for this second tier turret for the side of Maven. And going back to, based on the positions, they will be going for this attempt. Oh, that was a very close hook there. Time focusing on the objective.
So far, it's really the Karina. The
Yes.
Karina is their main funnel, and again, the fact that she's able to deal with so many targets all at once. Shadow assault dito, kill, next stop,
Yes.
refresh, ulit. Again, the amount of burst from Majo 217.
Basically, they're just dancing right here. Look, feathered airstrike and combos it through, followed by the Karina for that cleanup. See? And that just really executed well. I don't even need to make it one by one, because that's like the current trend that we are seeing in this specific game. So tamang inflict ng damage Karina for the cleanup once more. The Shemi here mukhang ayaw pa niya magpatalo dito. Okay.
Okay, the Shemi building up the confidence. You see that? Dalawa pa, nakita niya, pero sabi, pasok ko, laban to.
Kahit mag-isa na lang siya dun, ha?
Yeah, not just yet, the Shemi, not just yet. But, this is very scary kasi at 7 minutes, kung may ganyan ka-kumpiyansa na assassin, you're in trouble, alright? So there's another clearing feathered airstrike by Majo. Nice flow thrown out here by Ashley. And so far, Maven hanging on. They're showing some signs of life.
Yes. But, you know, I like it how Kingpin's Esports is able to really control the map into their favor. And if you notice, like, other than the clearing, they're really literally denying some economy from Maven right here, and that feathered airstrike napaka-asentado. It's as if like Majo really knows where they will go and where their next move will be. Okay, another entry coming from 1717 dito. They will be able to disengage and go back to safety. But looking right here, it looks like Nana still able to survive with the help of the passive.
Got that passive alive. And again, this is so many threats from Kingpins Esports. 1717 Black Dragon form out of here. Third push by Majo down bottom. I was saying, Seiya, kailangan nilang bantayan hindi lang yung main four ng Kingpins Esports. Kasi pati si Illumi. And now they're going for some trades.
Basically, just picking them up one by one, no hesitations, and that aggressiveness coming from them. Wala silang hesitations eh. Look at that. Feathered airstrike once again. Look at that beautiful stun. At tinan mo yung damage na, already leaving him to half health, forcing them to disengage. And this is a good opportunity nga for Kingpins Esports to go for the split push. Okay.
Crown. He's fine. Crown is doing a good job. Diggy!
Diggy, that's very
Christian!
Okay, the Karina again will be going for that cleanup. Knockups to and fro coming down, but the Roger was able to shut down the Karina here. Really was able to defend, but it was messy though, and they couldn't really, they should not actually neglect the Hayabusa right there onto the top side.
Ang daming gold dun
Ang daming gold.
10-1! So that was the first death on the Shemi.
Under 9 minutes.
So tiba-tiba dito si Rex. Ladies and gentlemen, Kingpin's Maven staying in there, keeping the lead at about just 3,000 gold for Kingpin's Esports. So they're still in this.
Yes, but let's see, because they really need to hold it off, and they have to, the winning conditions for Maven here is to number 1, take out that Karina, kasi the Karina is really the huge threat here for them to actually initiate into a team fight, kasi napipick off lang sila eh. Tapos followed by the feathered airstrike of the Farsa right here. Nahihirapan silang pumasok, nahihirapan silang mag-initiate. So the winning conditions here is to basically avoid getting picked off, specifically the Diggy, kasi yun yung nagiging target ngayon. And the next thing is to go for the squishier targets of Kingpins Esports. But the question here, Leo, is can they do it? Look at the Karina here, really focusing onto the objectives. Tapos just going for the cleanup. It's quite difficult for them to go for that entry.
I'd say there's no real way. It's always going to be one step behind.
Yes.
There is Crown is back with the crowd control, and then there's the artillery from Majo. Sipa ang sakit.
Ang sakit
talaga, dalawa yung cleanup mo. Nice jump in here by KP.
Yes, okay, Time Journey again forced to be used. So wala na namang muling pang-immobilize tong si Diggy dito.
Pangtanggal ng immobilize.
Pangtanggal ng immobilize. Sorry, medyo naano ko doon. But again, going back here, even though the cooldown is quite fast, Kingpins Esports can just do it again. Just really go for the aggressive, harass them, and force them to use the resources.
Yep, and in fairness, this is Illumi just placing lane pressure.
Yes.
It's Illumi not even really joining as often as he should.
What if he's already in the fight?
Yep.
So it's gonna be a more, difficulty for Maven.
I think Kingpins Esports is just really pressuring the lane, and there you go. Illumi, mission accomplished. I think as soon as he decides, lalaban na ako,
Yan na.
then that's when it becomes more dangerous. But now, 1717,
Okay, Alice was able to take out the Farsa here in time for that, cornered up, but the Karina will retaliate and go for the cleanup as well. Time Journey gagamitin dito in time for the engage. But the Hayabusa here, let's see, he was able to take down Yuzong inside their base, and going here, Nana will be taking that trade. But this is enough pressure na ibibigay ng Kingpins Esports, even though they have, a 2-man down.
a little bit of a miscommunication there, I think. Esports, Kingpins Esports. This is interesting because they're both Kingpins.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kingpins Esports, ang ginagawa nila sana doon is pipili sila. Do we go for kills or do we go for the turret? Because I could have sworn, look at the top lane. Kung nabutas nila yun, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That is going to for sure make pushing bottom lane all the more easier. Pero siguro, best case scenario na yun. They did okay. They were able to put it down to maybe 1/4 health.
Yes.
But the thing is, kung naggulo-gulo no jutsu palalo si Illumi, this would have been a much better situation for them. All the war. But this just gives Maven a little bit more breathing room, given that they are down maybe 5,000, 6,000 gold, but they're not out yet.
Yep. But, speaking for the side of Kingpin's esports here, they don't really need to rush kasi like what we've mentioned here, the map control is in their hands. So the only thing that Maven has for economy here is their jungle turf and of course the incoming minions. Pero looking right here, KP was able to not really get anyone from the top. But look at that beautiful Tyrant Strike followed by that airstrike. Napakagandang combination coming from them. And take note, Karina is still not yet in play alongside with the Hayabusa there.
Yep, hahabol pa lang sila. And now I'm thinking, maybe this is just part Diggy strat because at some point mag-atrophy yung economy mo eh. It's not you're not getting anything, but you're getting very little to take down the Diggy. And I think the time journey is super important. I do think it is, but there's another fight waiting to happen. 1717, lalaban na.
Okay, let's see though if the Shandy will be able to agree to that and going here. They're just really hitting on that. That was a beautiful hook coming from the Ruby, and again another takedown coming from Kingpin Esports. Look at that damage coming from that feathered airstrike ni Majo dito, and following up with the Karina cleanup. At hindi kasi tapos, looks like they will be taking this to a next level. The Ruby will be taking that beautiful crowd control here, and they are gonna go back to safety simply because they don't have minions, and you don't really want to go in there and because if you're looking at the HP kanina, Cupra was in a brink of hell.
Yeah, huwag niyong pilitin. And I think this is an overextension of what they were trying to do earlier. Nabutas nila yung top, for sure. And now they're trying to manage the lanes. Push down bottom, push down mid. 1717. Shadow kill dito.
It's gonna be a takedown, yes or no? Yes, it will be. And that is going to be a much pressure coming from esports right here. The Roger will be having a trade for himself, but the feather airstrike is just too powerful. That burst damage is surreal, followed by the Karina, just really wiping them out of the map. And ladies and gents, there you have it. Kingpin's Esports as the victor for game 1.
Again, this is coming in from just the perspective of being too reactive. Maganda yung early game nila sana. Again, you got flame shots all over. Ang ganda ng early game magic damage. NCC, you have your friend Molina. You have the reverse time on the Diggy. But when it came down to it, ladies and gentlemen, the previous game by the numbers, under 15 minutes. Kingpins Esports able to take down Maven.
The Shemi with 15-1.
Bigyan natin isa. Para sila masabi. Diba? Isa lang naman. Isa lang.
But dang, like you just, we just witnessed how efficient a Karina is here. Looks like, well, I think we'll be seeing more of a Karina pick right here. And I'm not even going to be surprised anymore if from the coming drafts that we'll be witnessing, there goes a Natalia or what.
Yeah. Walang tanong-tanong dito. No doubt. No, walang patingin ng pruweba. Ito na yun. Alam nating lahat. It's the semi on the Karina. 15-1 and 4.
70%, that's a ton. That's like most of the game that,
And that's interesting. At 70%, ibig sabihin, nagtatrabaho din kasi talaga si Illumi.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's, again, 2 assassins taking care of business here for Kingpin's Esports, taking care of Maven, right? Making sure that Maven stays down. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the previous game. Again, the little moments that showed. So ito yung early game. Dito may pag-asa sana ako. Kala ko na parang yung Maven may gana eh. But even they got pushed back in.
Kumbaga, like what you mentioned earlier, Maven's composition was a reactive one, and that was kind of made them having that hard winning condition kasi mukhang si Karina yung nagre-react sa kung anong binabato ng Maven dito going for the cleanup, supported by the feathered airstrike to and fro na pinapakita ng Farsa dito, and see and really confident to really go
First death
onto multiple members of Maven here, and just like that, it's just really well executed for Kingpin's Esports.
Yep, ang maganda, ang weave in and out sana ng Mavens is yung ult lang. Ult ang laruan ng Mavens eh. The Mavens are trying to look out for them big ticket ults. I'm offended, a feathered airstrike, shadow kill, yung yakap ni Kufra. That's what they're looking out for. But that's their strength. Because really, ang dami mong linalapag as Maven. You're scared of so many things if you're Kingpin's Esports. But the fact that the damage output and the way that they made use of the new update, Project Next, I think that's what really made this double assassin lineup work.
The flexibility of this, patch alongside with the strategies that they were able to experience from all the tournaments that they participated in, it's a big factor.
That's why you take the 1-3-1 and then you just make it stronger. Diba? Ang ginawa nila dito is
enhanced.
They gave EXP to the Ruby para ready siya, para meron siyang CC. They gave gold to the Hayabusa. The side laners are gonna get gold anyways, but this just kind of double timed the amount of the amount of damage that the Hayabusa is gonna be able to deal. Sa totoo lang, partida kasi hindi pa nga siya nakakuha ng third shield eh. Hindi niya tinamaan yung third shield masyado kasi the aggression was a little forward except for that turnaround at around the 2-minute mark.
2 minute.
Yeah, so isang minuto lang nakuha nila doon. But that aside, I do think that in game number 2, Maven needs to they need to up their game on taking Project Next more seriously.
Yes.
They have to look at more than just what their opponent's bringing and think about what the map gives to them now.
Agree. And like what we've seen from their previous draft, it's not bad to be reactive, but you shouldn't really depend on your on your chosen heroes just because you want to counter a specific hero on your enemy side.
Yep, so they put Alice in the EXP lane. They put Nana in the gold lane. That's, I don't know why Nana in the gold lane, right?
It could have been like a different type of...
It's Nana in the Roger. Yung Roger the Roger's the jungler. Naka-veteran, veteran hunter with the retrib. But I think the real it was 1717 and the Roger and the Nana, I think. Or nag-rotate lang yung Nana, sumagot. So yeah, the squad, Maven, they need to really look at their strategy and say, gamitin natin yung mapa. And I understand that they were onto it somehow dun sa Roger. Kasi ginawa nila talagang jungler yung Roger. Kaya rin hindi siya namatay madalas and hindi rin siguro nakalaban madalas because talagang tinotol jungler nila. But I think they should focus maybe a little bit more in game number 2 for a chance at game number 3 on the side lanes. Alright, so tropa pips natin Maven, think of what the gold and the EXP buff will give to your side laners and
use it to your advantage.
Yeah, I think this is where heroes like your Balmond are gonna come in. No longer a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Your Balmond and your Gatot. I'm starting to respect Gatot even as a side laner. I've always looked at him and said, bakit sinaside lane yan? I-tank nyo na lang yan. But based on the rework, he's a fighter. Again, he's on the up and up just
Mas
like...
nag-complement yung kit niya with this, recent patch that we have.
So he's on the up and up with heroes like Ruby, now used by Kingpin's Esports. Ruby, sabay-sabay sila, di ba? Ruby, Hilda, and Gatot.
Yung usual fighters na you would think twice from the previous meta now is being used, no questions asked.
Parang ngayon lang sila nagpakita.
Bumalik muli.
Yeah, Balmond, Hilda, Ruby, Gatot, they were updated like a month ago and now they're showing what their true use is. Ladies and gentlemen, the meta's wide open. Alright, so even a Karina x Hayabusa lineup works, finishes under 15 minutes, who's to say what doesn't?
Yep. I wouldn't even be surprised if a Natalia suddenly appears.
Natalia?
Yes.
Again. Oh, well, Natalia has always been a silver bullet. But
aligning.
Now, yeah. But now, I would not doubt na baka kumain. Di ba? Mag-enjoy. May buffet. Only buffet ang isang Natalia.
Totoo. But again, this is it, ladies and gents. Our game number 2 between Kingpin's Maven this time onto the blue side and Kingpin's Esports on to the red. And I'm loving the choice that they have right here. Okay, Maven was able to get that show. I mean, I understand the prioritization here, but looking at Kingpin's Esports here, Selena, and you're going to aid it with a Khalid. I'm pretty sure this Khalid's going to be a side laner as well for Kingpin's Esports. I'm liking the first 2 picks already.
Yep, and what's cool about the first pick, Selena, is sobrang lakas actually. Ang ganda. Sobrang open to para sa Kingpin's Esports because they actually feel no pressure. They're the ones who just want to close up 2-0 and they get their hands on Selena. Arguably a hero that won this update. She won the patch. She can still play off of KP again, the great Kufra from game number 1. Pwede siyang maging mid laner, still support. pwede rin siya maging jungler, pwede rin siya maging mage ulit. Ilagay mo lang siya dun sa pressuring lane. And
this literally, this Selena pick is a warning sign for Maven to really pay attention to the map, because these arrows are very difficult, because once you get caught, it's going to be an automatic, you are gonna be on respawn time. But I do not, however, I'm having a bit of doubts or a bit of hesitations with this channel pick.
Yeah. Interestingly, bakit Finners pick yung Cho?
Yes.
I like seeing the Cho after I see what the opponents bring in. I like seeing the Cho when I know that my full combo or my knockups are gonna be useful.
Yes.
So, first pick ng Maven, maybe it's because it's a comfort pick and they can build around it. This is shades of maybe a meta 12, 18 months ago. Ganito yun eh. Whenever you would lock in the choice because it's safe. You're not sure if it's a tank or if it's a fighter. I guess that's what they're going off of here. But you mentioned the Chang'e. Dapat mid yan. I don't think there's a reason why the Chang'e should be
A support.
in gold. Maybe in
gold.
the XP if you want to get that meteor shower fast and then go for a switch.
Yeah.
But
Mid, they are gonna go really for this channel. It should be on mid. And going here, like what you mentioned, no, like the show is kind of nice if nasa second or third pick sana siya. Kasi what happens here is that madali kasi siyang maka-counter or madali siyang mapilian ng heroes na pwedeng i-deny agad kung ano yung magiging initial plan for Cho. Because looking here for the side of Kingpin's Esports, they have the Roger, and this time the Hayabusa once again, similar to game number 1, why pick something that is not broken, so might as well, use this Hayabusa to a maximum extent. So the answer this time naman for Maven, they will be locking down that Lancelot and that Thamus. Okay, that's I will be understanding this Thamus pick right here kasi it's really enough to compensate to protect this Chang'e pick.
yeah, although I would have preferred a better front line, and I'm now guessing that Cho is gonna be a front line. That's gonna be a tank Cho.
He's
But
gonna be the main initiator here.
the thing about the tank Cho is paano mo poprotektahan yung Chang'e? Paano
Yun.
mo pinasok yung Chang'e?
Oo.
That's what I was thinking, is kung secondary tank lang siya. Because there's not much that a Tams or a Uranus can do. Pangkasar lang yung dalawang yan eh.
The difficult thing about here is that they won't have that follow-up protection eh. Kasi what if, the Cho already uses the Way of the Dragon, okay. The Thamus here, like what you said, panggulo lang sila. What if they are in the middle of a fiasco and the Chang'e is going to be left unattended dun sa ating backline? So that is a good opportunity for the Assassins here sa Kingpin's Esports to really pin down the Chang'e.
And I'm not sure if they swapped, but Majo and KP or si Blank, because KP is their tag. I'm not sure kung nag-swap sila because Mage si Majo, right?
Yes.
So when we come back in, we're gonna be seeing who really is gonna be playing that Selena. They still picked up the Hayabusa and the Ruby. Don't fix what's not broken.
Yes.
Let's see what Kingpin's Esports here can do against Maven. They're gonna go for the full sweep here. So yeah, this is Maven's not as reactive, pero para may kulang pa rin.
Yes.
There still seems to be a disconnect.
There are certain picks or decision making for the side of Kingpin's Maven in terms of draft na medyo naging contrast to initially what they planned to do, and we're kind of seeing it right now because in the early 30 seconds of the game, Samus was early picked off by Hayabusa, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the Khalid. And the fast transition from that bot to the jungle side into the mid, you have to really notice that kasi at any time, at any rate, this Chang'e can be in danger, especially kapag extend siya even the slightest bit.
Yep. Oh, the way I'm seeing it is tama. Minid nga nila si Imba on that Chang'e alongside
Uy, buti ka na siya.
Trisha. Oh, nice throw out here by KP. And it's Majo's now acting as the tank. Parang roaming tank ang Khalid natin while KP is still your mid support / mage. This is interesting ha. Kingpin's Esports showing us a new way to play with the heroes. Kasi wala silang totoong tank. Wala silang totoong like traditional tank. Although, Majo on that Khalid, gotta note, is on concussive blast.
Uy, oo nga,
So,
no?
imbis na Festival of Blood or like a high and dry on your Khalid, it is really showing signs that it's support Khalid.
So this Khalid will be really flexible for the side of Kingpin's Esports dito. And yeah, like what you mentioned, it's going to really highlight that it's a secondary tank for them. And looking here on the booster, since 1717 is going to go back eventually with that low health. But mahahabol ata ni di niya nakita yung Tamos doon. But going back here, in rotations wise, not lots of numbers of members of Maven onto the bottom lane, pero it looks like Kingpin Esports really is not really having much trouble. In fact, they are outplaying yung number of members ng Maven dito sa ating bottom side. Arrow is going to be very sniperinos there. Beautiful pick up, at hindi pa sila tapos. Invading will be taken down by the Hayabusa, and they are going for this tower.
Wreck is down.
Dive, and Wreck is down.
Oh wow, and look at this! Crown is back, is just cutting the lane, forcing 1717 to go elsewhere. Sabi niya kay 1717, man, maghanap ka na ibang lugar. Akin tong lane mo.
Grabe.
And even bottom tower is not having good feedback. Like, they're not getting a good experience, and now Krisha is getting chased out by Majo. 1717, lumipat na rin.
Okay.
Binubuli ng esports.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of bully, Roger will be able to take it down the Verik here, but the Lancelot will be having the trade. So this is going to force Kingpins to disengage. Because looking at the health, it's not going to be wise to go for an initiate, or for an engage rather.
Okay, medyo inasim ng esports yun. They walked right into the meteor shower. Imba gets a kill on to your boy Majo. But now, Maven trying to find some comeback, trying to find a little bit of value on the map, going for this turtle. Tinadyan dito si Crown's back.
Then with that meteor shower to follow it, TV will be getting that pick off. Ruby will be hooking the throw right there, just enough to protect Lysa and to gain a little bit of, barriers to and from. But the Kali, though, will retaliate and get the Chango off the map. And if I'm not mistaken, I didn't see who was able to get that turtle, but the arrow was really on point. Look at that Guardian Wolf. It's going to be very tricky here, and the Hayabusa will just go to Jake Kalina, but the Thanos here will be having a trade off. It's 177 low break of hit. The Semi, mahuhuli niya ba? Hindi! Because the meteor shower is able to show him off. And
the Semi! Di ba usually pag narinig mo, si Changa, oh no, Roger's coming! Baliktad! Oh no, Changa's coming! Alright, nice turnaround here by Kingpin's Maven. I gotta say, Kingpin's Esports, ang ganda nung engagement nila, but they kind of overextended.
Naasim nila ng
Yup,
konti.
Majo, Gina G, rampaging Sandstorm over the wall. But as nice as the engagement is, they kind of took too much damage from the turret before they took it down. So nabawian sila ng konti doon. 4-7 your score now, and it looks like Maven wants to take down bottom.
yes, indeed. And that would be like a secure turret take from the side of Kingpin's Maven dito. And I think this is a time for Kingpin's Esports to really be a bit of picky in terms of taking some fights. And again, Meteor Shower is going to be used to throw away, but it's not going to be effective right now because look at that. The Towers though will be able to lock out the Roger here. Hindi pa sila tapos. Mako-corner nila dito si Kali, and the Lancelot will be going for the kill. Abusing that low break of that Masisumpo, and will be going for that knock-up. Uranus here just really trying to sustain. Crown is back though, was able to go for that tower hug, but let's see. He is outnumbered and is forced to go back.
Ooh, ganda. Maven able to make the most of that overextension by Majo and take a mid lane turret, even bottom. Actually, they were able to pressure bottom as well. So this is great for Maven. It looks like they're getting their form back. They're now in the lead, about 1,000 gold.
Yes.
And Seiya, feeling ko nagkamali yung Kingpin eh.
Muntikan
Yung esports.
na.
Nagkamali yung Kingpin's Esports. Kasi inaasim nila.
kanina.
Tinatlo-apat nila laban doon kay 1717 na nag-counter at Inferno.
Yes.
Alright, that's a Tams. Don't do that to the Tams. Don't do that.
It could have been wise if after they got the pickoffs that they needed, it would have been wise that they just backed away because they already have like a half health, so going in would be risky. But it's kind of commended that they did, but look at the result that they gave them. They made an opening for Maven here to go for that comeback.
Yep, and now 2K in the lead.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Ashley, and now 1717 ang paghiganti ng api. Ladies and gentlemen, Dasheni comes on the underneath. Down goes 1717. Thank you so much, Mr. Camarillo.
Beautiful. But looking here onto the other side of the lane, right here, Town is back. It's going to be pinned out by 4 members of Maven. Very nice trade right here. So that was basically, a trade for both lanes here. Pero titingnan natin kung sino nga ba ang mauunang makapag-take down. Looks like they will be taking down the first tier turret on the top side ng ating Maven. But syempre naman sila gaganti din. Magkakaroon din sila ng a bit of, exchange gift nung mangyayari dito.
A
As
mirror.
they take down.
It's a mirror across the board. And lamang ng bahagya ang Kingpin's Maven. Because they were able to take out a tier 2. Right? Tier 2. So they were ahead like 1 or 2 steps. And now, I think Kingpin's Esports know that they should not force it. Huwag nilang asimin. Huwag nilang pilitin.
Yep. Okay, speaking of that, the arrow will be connecting to 1717, and of course, looking at that, he will be using Way of the Dragon onto Kali, but Majo here will be able to escape. Meteor Shower is gonna be used, but it's not gonna hit or connect to anyone. So, I guess this can be an opportunity if the arrows will be connecting. Hayabusa here, dito, tamang haras lang kay Ashley, but it's gonna be 3 people, and using his shadows to really go for that beautiful sidestep thing. And that wall is gonna be used to stun down. 30% suppose Hayabusa will be taking a clean up right here. Uranus trying his best to really protect Invading here. That was a very nice choice coming from the Uranus.
Alright, so they're trading the turtle for a turret. Maybe not the best deal. But 1717 wailing at that tier 2 turret in mid. Pero may sagot dito. Turtle taken out here by your boy Tashemi. And it looks like 1717 is gonna be destroyed by Majo. Khalid said thanks for coming. They are able to save the turret too.
Yes. Indeed, and like what you've mentioned, that wasn't really going to be a good trade because number 1, Thamus, you are alone. Number 2, objectives really is one of the essential factors here, and mag-isa lang din siya dun eh. So automatic ma-outnumber siya kasi he is in the turf of Kingpin's Esports. So this gave Kingpin's to really take back what was lost during the earlier minutes of the game.
Yep, and so far, you're right. Kingpin's Esports, medyo nakahabol na ulit sila. They found their groove once more. And I think they're learning this lesson the hard way, but it's not too late.
Yep.
Natuto sila na parang huwag nating asimin. Saka, let's take 1717.
Let them come to you.
And let's take 1717 seriously.
Yes.
Alright, this guy's dangerous. And even Ashley. Ashley hasn't died yet.
Oh, and I like it how na pinoprotect talaga at kino-contain ni Ashley. Especially kapag nakikita niyang in trouble si Chang-O dito. But going back here, let's see, Wave the Dragon's gonna be used onto Colleen once more. But look at that, Meteor Shower sasaluhin ni Majo, but still was able to be protected by KP. And look at that damage coming in. But it looks like right here, yes, indeed, finally, and now this is a breather for the side of Esports. But looking here, 1717 really taking it aggressively dito kay KP, but it's not gonna be enough though. Was able to go back and disengage.
Yep, you know what, Saya, I love it. Muntik na maatakas doon si Ashley, no? Tatawid lang siya. Excuse me, but it's fine. Now the fight is still gonna continue over orange buff, and luckily Rekt able to lock it in through the retribution.
Yes. I mean, you don't really want to give that out at Kingpin's Esports because that's just like additional damage coming in from them. But again, here going back onto the top side, now in terms of turret takes, they were able to take tier 2 on the opposite lanes of each team. Pero this time, it looks like the Esports right here, Kingpin's Esports is really waiting for them this time. Hindi na sila katulad ng early phases na sila yung nagiging aggressive or sila yung nag-a-assist. So that is a good call. But at the same time, for Maven, they have to really answer back to this kasi if not, they are just gonna give away the first Lord onto Kingpin's Esports. And speaking of that, I like it how again Illumi is just really doing his job similar to game number 1. Na nandito lang siya sa may silence pero si Ashley tinoga siya kakulat and really forced Majo to use his wall.
Even Ashley doesn't care, you see that?
Yes.
Ashley is so chunky. Kakakuha niya lang ng brute force breastplate, and all the more I'm gonna give that matchup over to Ashley.
Yes.
Instead of Illumi, even if Illumi has an execution. Now look, nahuli dito si Krisha. Krisha gets away though. I think they're just buying time. They're going for Lord.
They are, and that is one of the objectives that they have to get right here. They have to really deny to take away from Maven. Kasi this could be a turnaround for them. So let's see.
Yeah,
I like it how they are attempting it. Look at that. Mr. Shower's gonna be used. Makakasalo ni Maju dito. Last shot will be going for the Governor Changa with that cleanup. Hayabusa, hindi pa siya tapos. And the Ruby here, just look at that seizing. And hindi pa, look at that Hayabusa. Napaka-timely ng kanyang shadows. They're enough to shove them away.
Illumi on that.
Mukhang gusto niyo bawiin yung sinabi mo.
Yep. No, I mean, Illumi earlier was supposed to do more on Hayabusa.
Yes.
Now, sabi ni Dashemi, alley-oop ikaw naman.
Ikaw
Alright?
naman. Pasa lang.
It's up to you. And the only people that Illumi were not able to take down was the
Exactly.
Chang'e from being on the back end. Imba was all the way in the back. And of course, Ashley. Ashley is untouchable at this point. Look at that.
Yes.
Is that yep, that is a, or Oracle.
Oracle.
Brute Force, Breastplate. What's the other one? I think that he's building up a Dominance Ice. That's possibly a Dominance Ice. Or no, a Thunderbelt. That's a Thunderbelt.
Arrow will
Dominance.
be connecting onto Ashley right there with that low break of that was still able to escape with the help of the Meteor Showers. Again, may matatama na naman dito si Selena. And let's see if Ruby will be able to go for the hook. Nope. But still will decide to disengage. Now let's see. Nasipa si KP, but we didn't go for the way of the dragon.
Yeah, that's where the dragon down. Rampaging Sandstorm by Majo. Lord, nandito na ang 6-man na ang Kingpins.
So this is going to be an applied pressure for Maven dito as they will be going for a brute force right here. But look at that! Majo was able to take down KP at hindi pa sila tapos. Let's see, this is going to be a very split fight. Roger will be taking down one for a trade. Let's see, Majo nandun sa may loob. Really try to sustain them. Para nga naman hindi sila makahabol. And the Ruby here just will be helping a friend in need, but Uranus Ashley here, like what you said, untouchable, and was able to take a kill for himself.
Okay. 2 for 2. They were able to defend, I believe. I can't see. For sure, the third's down.
They were not.
Yeah.
Help of his knockup was still able to disengage, but that was a very nice turnaround coming from Ruby. Did you see that life steal?
Crown, my man.
Is back indeed, but look at that. The Chang'e was able to return it and go for a double kill. Pero hindi pa sila tapos. Candace back will be cornered by multiple people of Maven and the Meteor Shower for security.
Okay, Crown, you survived a 2v1 plus a turret, sure. But a 4v1...
Nah,
maybe too much,
That's
but
a one.
still. Hands down, amazing play. Taning the penetrate. Kulang ng depensa ang Kingpins dito. Maven can take this mid. Pwede sila maabutas. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it will be because like what you said, they will be lacking in terms of people. Ngayon lang magsuspawn eh. So they will be exposing the middle side right now. So this time, I like it how Maven was able to turn the tables around. But, you know, Kingpin Esports still have a little bit of breather right here just to take, you know, some essentials on their end. So I think the best winning condition for esports, Kingpin's esports right here is to really lock down inbounding, and that is what Khalid is doing right now. Look at that damage that they are inflicting against her with the Meteor Showers for that disengage, and the Hayabusa, tingnan mo yung katapos ni Tayna. But 1717, no break of the blood. Look at that control, look at that sustain coming in and was able to get a pick off from himself. Hindi pa sila tapos. Ashley here, really untouchable at this point, but the Roger is gonna go for that cleanup, and this time they are careful. Unlike before na talagang going all for gold, and Crown just really looking at that. Tamang haras lang din siya eh. Tamang control lang din siya dito. You don't really wanna give more pickups to Maven right here, but the Lancelot here, mukhang sasabihin, nope, not this time as he killed Hayabusa. But Khan is back once again for that life steal. At si Ashley ito, he doesn't really care. He's just really dishing out his ult. At ang naabira dito is si Crown. And Lancelot just go for a cleanup.
Yep, not die, not me, Ashley. That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Feeling ko, it is counterproductive for you to even try to kill Ashley at this point. Huwag niyo sayangin. And for Kingpin's Esports, good effort trying to go for the turnaround, but they're now threatening to lose Lord even. Because Majo is not chunky enough. Tatlo yan. Yung isa pa dyan si Imba at si Rex. So, this is going to be the Lord for Kingpin's Maven. And I gotta say, the one way that Kingpin's Esports can win is if they're able to make sure Imba wastes the meteor shower.
Yes.
Not once but twice. Kasi yung laban na to, pang matagalan, you have 1717 on the Tams. You have Ashley on the Uranus who just refuses to die.
Yes.
May buhay pa siya para sa next game. Again, turnaround after turnaround. This is chapter 3 now, and it's Maven's game to lose.
Yep, indeed. And you know, like what we said, whenever one of the teams has like map control, they don't really go, they don't really have that necessity to go onto the aggressive side, but rather force the ones who are on the lower hand to really go for the aggressive touch. Now here, the Lord is gonna go onto the middle lane. So magandang opportunity to para sa Maven to go for a split push. Either one would go for bot or one would go for top. But I think Kingpin's Esports here, I think they plan to at least take down 1 or 2 members first before going in an all-out fight.
Yeah, no, I think also key is you're mentioning they have to take down 1, and the Way of the Dragon has to be perfectly placed.
Yes.
Pag naapagsayang ng Way of the Dragon ng Maven on Krisha, then Kingpin's Esports is in a better place, but they're trading turrets here. Butas na sa mid ang Kingpin's Esports, and Rek is having fun. Hold up.
Okay, that was a nice hook coming from Crown, but there was no follow-up damage coming from Esports right here. And looking at that, the Lord here is just gonna go onto the base. It's really hard for them to go and contain the control that the Ashley is coming here. The shadow is gonna be used, but not enough damage to go through. But the Roger will be having a double kill on Despair, but with the Lord taking down the base, it's gonna be Maven. We're heading to game number 3.
That was a little messy. I could have sworn if it came down to the full defense, baka panalo pa yung Kingpins doon. But Maven, they had the AoE advantage.
Yes.
I think that's what was missing here for the side of Kingpins Esports. And of course, a few
Miscommunication.
yeah, well, ill-thought decisions.
Yes.
Parang there was at least, I can name 2 for sure, na parang pinilit nila.
Nag-asim.
And, yeah, nag-asim. Asim na jutsu.
Yes.
And kulang yung gulo. Ang nanggulo-gulo na jutsu dito, promise, is yung Maven. Right? Ashley, for sure, and 1717 played those roles so well. And that's their job. I can't remember which was gold and which is EXP lane, but either way, it served them both well. A well-farmed up Tams or a experienced Tams is just as good as the Uranus on either side. Mas lethal lang yung Tams pag 3-4 yung kalaban. So,
And I think, Kingpin's Maven was able to, put this fight in a time that was most efficient for them. Kasi nagamit talaga ng host ko si Ashley dito tsaka si Krisha. And also, 1717 here. Kasi if they were to do it in an earlier game, hindi pa yun yung, kumbaga, yung pinaka-efficient nila eh. Kumbaga, meron pa na mas mabibigay. And this is a very good time. At 17 minutes and they were able to do this, it's just really exciting.
yeah, and I'm not sure if this is just 2 teams who know each other so well that they put it really down the wire and they go swap winnings, trading blows back and forth, pero 18 minutes lang pala yun. Because I swear that this feels longer than it actually is.
It is.
And I think it's Project Next. I think Project Next really enables these kinds of lineups and enables these kinds of heroes to really show up. Now let's look back at it. Sino nga ba ang nasa EXP lane? Sino nga ba nasa side lanes for Kingpin's Esports? But first, congratulations to Ashley.
Yes, and similar to the Korean earlier with the 70% kill participation kill percentage. So if you guys notice, even though na 70% siya, it really showed into the latter phases of the game. So it was really evident. Nakita natin kung gaano siya ka-efficient and untouchable at that point. So now let's look at the highlights right here. Like we did witness how Kingpin's Esports was able to, take the upper hand sa ating early game. Like look at that, the tower dive with no hesitation. That was really swell.
Yeah.
And the way that they were able to contain the Cho and of course the Chang'o was to boot. But the Lancelot with his sneaky plays with his ult, using his ult right there to really contain the members of Kingpin's Esports is where things started to get shaky.
Yep. No, I think the Lancelot just did Lancelot things.
Yeah.
Parang hinahanap niya lang yung trabaho niya. Not to say Recht is a suboptimal player, but I'm just saying, ang nagbuhat talaga dito is Ashley, 1717 when he had the moments, and of course, Imba. Imba was I'm not sure if the number
Imba was
showed it.
chasing the wolf.
But the damage is real.
Yes.
Amazing output on the meteor shower even when they miss. Even when Imba misses. Antay lang ng cooldown, lalabas ulit yung meteor shower.
And they weren't able to really, let the Chang'o waste that meteor shower. So, it was in the hands of Maven right here. And dito sa ating top side kanina, it wasn't shown here, but there was a sign of life for Kingpin's Esports. Ang nangyari nga lang talaga dito is the turnaround that made Maven, expose the mid, and that was really a messy fight coming into the base with the help of the 6th man then, which is a lot.
So yeah, it's both messy and just clean. At that point, feeling ko yung Maven, tower lock na lang eh. Tower lock na lang eh. Put the phone down, tower lock. Just do this as fast as you can, right? And then congratulations. Again, could have seen it go either way, but the momentum was on Kingpin's Esports. Maven just took it away. So, at this point, Saya, I gotta ask you, do you agree with me? Kapag reverse sweep, mas masakit. Parang mas lamang ko sino yung mananalo game 2.
Oh. I agree, but it kind of I'm having mixed emotions right now about this, but it will come to pass once we find out what will happen on game number 3.
Yeah, and I think the draft should also be taken into consideration.
For
Again,
both sides of the team.
I'm not saying it's the only reason, but Maven really played the map this time,
Yes.
right? I think that's key to their victory. Naglagay sila ng
listened to
Uranus.
The telepathy.
They checked my message. Buti
Yeah.
maganda yung globe ng signal dito. Tinext ko yung tropa people.
Grabe
Just
talaga
kidding.
yung globe.
Obviously, just kidding. But, they put the Uranus and the Tamus where they should. And already, Uranus and Tamus, sinasideline na yan for the past 6 months. No question. One of the most sustainable heroes in the game. But you give them extra XP, you give them extra gold, and they're able to perform like
Very
this.
well.
You remember those moments where Illumi just really pulled a point blank, isolated shadow kill. Si Ashley, wala lang.
Hi! Tamang ikot-ikot lang naman this.
That's what's funny about Uranus. Diba gumagano siya? He's just,
Oo.
"Weh." Wala pa siyang legs, so he's just floating. Weh. So, possibly even a Uranus ban. Might be.
Yes,
Might
I
be.
think that will be, highly considered because there is a reason why you prioritize on banning a Uranus, and it was well demonstrated earlier sa ating game number 2. So this time, guys, we are already into the drafting phase for game number 3, the decision maker of this series. So let's see, the show is gonna be banned by Kingpin's Esports.
Yeah,
first.
they're afraid of Krisha's Cho.
Your team is
Respect ban, mostly.
We might be downplaying the way the Cho played, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, credit where credit is due. But maybe I just remember a lot of moments wherein Krisha died first.
Yes.
But you're right, this whole lineup would not work if their tank was not on point.
And for the side of Kingpin's Maven, this time they will be banning out that Forza. I think this is the respect that they had during game number 1.
For Majo, yeah.
Yep. And you don't really want to neglect that threat, that he's really inflicting, especially if it's combined with a very aggressive assassin, which was earlier demonstrated. So now, Valir is still going to be banned, similar to games 1 and 2. So let's see if there will be some, Uranus bans right here. Since Kingpin's Maven is onto the red side,
Yeah.
let's see if they are confident enough to face one, or they will be,
Open si Hilda.
Oh.
If they ban either, open si Hilda. And that's been a hot hero for the whole matchup. And they go for the Karina. So it's a respect for the Shemi
For the
and Majo. Interestingly as well, I'm not sure if this Valir has been seeing play recently for either team, but this might be an active ban. This is an active ban.
Yes, it's an
Alright?
active ban.
So they banned the Valir with hopes of picking up either the Uranus or the Hilda. And there you go, first pick Hilda.
First pick Hilda.
I'm excited. This is main tank Hilda, by the way. Mid yan.
Yes. And I like it because yung talagang with the brush passive netong ni Hilda, giving you some shields and some little regen HP is one of a pacemakers in every skirmish fight. Lalo na kung pupunta ka sa masisikip. This Hilda though may have the upper hand. But for the side of Kingpin's Maven, like what he said during game number 2, why fix something that isn't broken? Uranus all the way. I think this is again in the hands of Ashley. And of course, the Roger to
Here's the thing. Baka magsisi ang Kingpin's Esports dahil binan nila yung Valier because you want that against the Uranus. You want to be able to push the Uranus back. But now that they double down, they picked up the Khalid and the Hilda. Parang sulit na rin. Kasi sayang yun. Imagine using Rampaging Sandstorm kung matutulak ka rin ulit.
So I think yun yung parang alternate route nila for with the Valier being banned by them. So and mukhang it was effective. You still really can't deny na nagagamit naman talaga na maayos ng Kingpin's Esports itong Khalid. I think it was just more on yung timing hindi naging tama during game number 2. So I think this time they will be wary of that because that was one of the things that made their overall strategy shaky.
Again, tank Khalid is pretty new. I'm not sure if I'll put my eggs in that basket. But yeah, looking at it now, it might be on Crown. This might actually be correct. And now, second phase of banning, ano pang kulang? Core ng Kingpins.
Yes.
No core yet, and
Your team is out.
kulang na isang side laner. There you go, they just got rid of it.
Yes.
Alright, Illumi, the Shemi, get out of here.
Yeah, they don't want. I like the respect that Maven is giving here. Even though they were able to win game number 2, it was messily clean, if that even makes sense. But the respect coming from Maven here is something that you have to take into consideration. But for the side, sige, kaya mo yan. Tama ka muna. And of course, for Kingpin's Esports right here. Ooh, nice.
That was what's missing for Maven. Wala silang mid laner. And who's open now for them? Dare I say Veil? No.
No, I don't think so.
Too much.
Too much. Or maybe we could, see something very interesting.
Sobrang na-buff si Veil. Ano ba? Veil got buffed like 2 or 3 patches in a row.
But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really, go for a Veil at this point. So okay, Toms is gonna be, covered.
Ihuhuli nila.
It's a nice naman decision kasi kung pinili nga naman nila yun sa 4th, there is a chance for Kingpin's Esports to counter that out.
Yep. So pick the safe ones, right? Like pick up your side laner right here. And oh wow, Mavens, the way that they performed in game number 2, I'm feeling good for them here. But Kingpins, they need their jungler. But they need a side laner too. So this could be it right here.
Masha is the way.
Side lane Masha. Oh, side lane Masha.
Side lane Masha is the way.
Side lane Masha, EXP lane, tapos sinusuntok niya pa yung Torre, so she gets both.
Oh my god, that's 2 for 1.
Let's see.
Tignan natin. Uy,
Support. They need a support, but I'm not sure if this is the kind of support you need.
I'm not gonna agree with this one as well.
I'd say a Kagura even would be better.
Agree. Tignan natin. Kasi if they will be overing up this Angela, I think in terms of like follow-up damage or like a follow-up support rather, medyo mahihirapan sila. Kasi kapag ginamit na yung Heart Guard, and after that, what comes next? But I think this is more of a comfort pick for the side of Kingpin's Maven. So
Parang
let's see.
all in siguro sila, all in into the front line eh.
Oh.
Like they just want to be in your face. They don't want a hero to be caught out like in game number 2, wherein there's like may chance na mahuli yung Chang'e or mahuli yung basta ayaw nila ng glass cannon.
Yes.
So this makes sense. Kingpin's Maven, we understand their lineup. Kingpin's base, parang gusto nila fast games eh. I'm getting this vibe from Kingpins that they want fast games.
Which Kingpin?
No, I'm calling Kingpins Esports Kingpins. That's Maven yung kabila. Right? But despite how weird the Angela is, Seiya, parang gets ko eh. Lahat sila legal target eh. Even the Kufra.
Well, yeah. I mean, now that you mention it, it is starting to make sense.
Diba, imagine mo, Kufra na nangahabol sa'yo. Parang yung Chang'e na nangahabol ng Roger kanina.
Oo nga eh. Parang nagka-switcheroos instead of the Kufra being ano. But let's see if, our theories on paper is gonna be shown by their performances as we head on to the game number 3, the final deciding factor game between Kingpin and Maven. So going here, looks like they will be trying to pin down Illumi as early as this game, but it looks like our Team 1717 on a half health, and Illumi and KP is going to be forced to go back into the tower. But so far, in terms of harass, it was a nice, strategy for. If I'm not mistaken, the one who went aggressively was Bombs.
Yeah.
Early?
No, nag-invade si Kingpins. And then, nandun si 1717 bantay.
Okay.
Sabi niya, no siree, not in my jungle.
So that was nice, but at least there was some information for both sides of the team.
Pero tinutuloy pa rin, oh. Look at KP.
Hindi. Martin. Because I like it because I think he's abusing the brush abilities that the Hilda has right now. But okay, going back here, Illumi with 2 people on his tail. The Angela here, I like the aggressive, and look at that, early game na damage coming from it. And I think they will just go back dito. Tignan natin kung magbaback up ba si Kuya Kufra. Yes, indeed, the follow-up with the Angela as well. KP, you are on a very sticky situation.
Yeah, no.
Bouncing ball with the stun. Let's see if they will be finally getting that pick up. Angela. With that first kill, let's see if he will be able to get it. Yes, that was longer than expected, but still got the job done.
Something tells me, Seiya, it's gulo-gulo no jutsu.
Gulo-gulo
lang nila talaga yung jungling ng Kingpin's Maven, but Maven is eating it up. Maven is just like, patol kami. Diba? We're not get back down, and possibly Kingpin's Esports were able to farm up a bit of that, but Maven is just way ahead now. Oh, Ashley goes down here. Oh, nice save.
Oh, nice save coming.
Consecration on point. Consecration got nerfed though.
Yeah. But it was enough to save his life.
Consecration got nerfed so bad.
Oh.
Almost 10 seconds you dinagdag na cooldown.
So yeah, it was really, what's that? A very, in a nick of time.
Significant. But then again, I think he just learned the skill. So Ashley gets away with it. And still, not die, not me. Ashley.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you know, then go back to game number 2. But going back right here, 1717, low health, forced to use his, health regeneration here. But Najo, look at that! That was a beautiful first kill coming from our Chang'e right here. So far, I think Kingpin Esports is able to cope up with the aggression that Maven demonstrated earlier onto the top side. So now, let us see. Rek here is going to be hard guarded by the Angela. That was a nice call, but I think that was a good call too for Kingpin Esports to not go for the engage. Kasi nga naman kapag nagkaroon sila ng pick-off, it's gonna be, a domino effect. But speaking of domino effect, looks like Hayes is gonna be pinned down by 1717 here, but onto the turtle side. The Semi, may ipet, Tempest Blaze, gagamitin. Massive steal, kaya niya no, hindi. Roger's gonna be the one to secure it instead.
Wow. Seiya, it looks like Maven is a team that likes to warm up. Sila yung tipo nag-iinit na team.
They know how to adapt, actually.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's adapt or maybe. Maybe both. Maybe
both,
that's why they're so strong in this game. They're up by now what? 1-5? They're up by 1-5, able to take a quick push. They're up 3 kills. Saan yung push sa taas? Wow, Rekt is something else.
Rekt is Rekting. If you know what I mean. But it's very the games number 2 and 3 for now. I'm not concluding it yet, but it's very different from game number 1. And looking here, Chan is back in the stream. He's gonna be here, but Ashley though, look at that. Ang ganda nung pagkakatalo niya. It was enough to actually push them away to actually go for the recon. Pero
it's a threat.
Oo, tamang aras lang sila dito. Ayaw nilang pagbakin. Kasi I have this feeling that they will be going for the initiation. But look, Crown is back, is gonna wall them down. Hard guard for Ashley. They will be going for that kill. And Uranus will be having that pick off here, but with the trade for Khalid.
Okay, maybe a little too asim there. I mean, turret na yung tumitira sa'yo. You still didn't back out. But at least they got down Crown, alright? So mission accomplished in that sense. But nabahira na si Ashley early on. But that's fine. I think you're still getting money off the Avarice by dealing that much damage. Again, every 4 seconds. So feeling ko bilang naman. But Yeah, Kingpin's Esports. Majo, gotta watch out for Majo. Just picked up the glowing wand. Big fight on bottom.
Alright, so let's see right here. Tower hugging is essential for Kingpin's Esports. They are numbered down. It's okay. Chango was able to go there, but it's enough. You know, I like the discipline for Maven here to not push through. Kasi na-realize natin na wala nang ang minion. So, having a tower dive is not essential at that point. Oh, but speaking of that, looks like the game is still gonna continue right here. That was a beautiful knockout coming from the Kufra. At hindi sila nagpapigil. They go for gold and was able to wipe out Khalid off the map.
Krisha Shane De Vera, ladies and gentlemen. First name Krisha, last name De Vera. Ang ganda ng talon. You see that? The Tyrant's Rage or the Tyrant's Revenge perfectly hitting the corner. Tapos Tyrant's Rage into it. Parang 6 months kang stinan. Dalawa pa yung pinatay mo and they're chunky boys too. Crown and Crown. And KP. Nakukunat yun. So again, nice job.
Gagamitin but without much of a damage because you have to consider even is forcing Kingpin's Esports to use the resources right here.
They're making them waste their tools. Again, paunahan, mainip to. And mainip katalo. And nice job by Rex. Dito mo yun? Nag-Cyclone Eye through the wall. Delayed damage here by Imba.
That was just beautiful. That was a beautiful, pickup coming from the Roger right here. Kagaya ng sabi mo pa, at paunahan nga ang ginawa herself, but that was enough though to get that second tier turn onto the middle side. Mai-immobilize ito si Crown.
Wow! Maven is just owning the map. It's all red, say, and not a single turret pushed by Kingpin.
Adapt to distract forces to use the terrains that are up
Oh,
in his
no.
kit. Pero mahuhuli siya ng Roger yung type of thing gagamitin without
God.
damage because that's not really a suffice. Hindi siya nakapag-scale or hindi siya nakapag-funnel as expected that he could have done.
In fairness, yung lineup ng Kingpin's Maven, it answers the Ling so well. I don't know why Kingpin's Esports chose the Ling into the Kufra. So it's very dangerous already. He's gonna go down here. Imba got able.
And like what I always say, if you have the map dominator, the map control, you don't really have to rush in pushing kasi ang palabas mo naman talaga dito.
Congratulations to Kingpin's Maven Esports. The Kingpin's Esports, they got their early start. Pero yun nga, again, the strength of like a
Prove
mage.
us wrong. Prove them wrong.
So many outplays. Again, that one moment wherein Illumi almost took him out, flicker away.
Yes.
Up to you, your move. Right? So congratulations once more to Kingpin's Maven. Again, off the back of this award-winning Angela. 80%. Linamangan pa niya si Ashley kanina.
Grabe. By 10% if I'm not mistaken.
Again.
Pero that's just an amazing play from Kingpin's Maven. And I would just like to highlight your statement earlier. I agree in terms of the Hilda usage. Hindi siya naging effective panggulo because there could have been more to what the Hilda had to bring in this fight.
Yeah, they essentially had two gulo. Basta meron silang dalawang piyasang panggulo. There you go. They had two nuisance pieces, which is the Khalid and the Hilda. And maybe in the early game they took too much time to waste their opponent's time to take the buff because that is a mechanic, right? The more people are around the buff, the more that it takes to kill it. It scales, but I don't know. I think it just came down to the Ling walking into Krisha's Kufra. I could have sworn even the Kufra was possibly in the running for MVP.
Yes. I agree. Actually, napaka-asintado, or not asintado, but really on a timely manner. Lahat ng Tyrant's Revenge that just really to give those knockups, denying na yung ibibigay sana dapat ng Kingpin's Esports na damage sa kanila. So it was really, well played by Kingpin's Maven. Just I think this time I'm confident to say that this is a cleaner version of King number 2.
Yeah. Kingpin's Maven here is on fire. Yes. Reverse sweep. Storya ng bida. Diba yung bida nagpapabugbog sa simula eh. So that's who Maven is here, and that's a storyline we're gonna go with. Hopefully the other teams have gone through their games as well. We did go all 3 here in this series between the Kingpins, but nonetheless, isa lang ang nagahari. And that is Maven. They're going to be moving on towards the lion's share of 600,000 pesos in GCash here at the G Legends Cup, brought to you by Globe Telecom. Saya, it's been great. I think this is your last series for today.
Yes, it is.
Last few messages for our viewers before you say goodbye.
Guys, don't forget to comment down on the live stream which team you want to win this G Legends Cup for a chance to win tons and tons of prizes. If not for diamonds, you go for food vouchers. Guys, food is life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Padayas to ni Food Panda again. Just let us know who you want to win, and you are gonna be getting yourself some diamonds. 200 winners yan. Just put it in. As well, you get diamonds courtesy of Globe. Just let us know again who wins. Maybe a couple of weeks for your prize to get to you. Again, thank you so much to Lazada, Zalora, Canva, Bookful, Shaw Academy, Shure, and Food Panda.
Yon, and again, thank you so much, guys, for having me. Thank you, Leo. I got to work with you again.
Yep. Again, this whole team here is glad to have you. But with that being said, we are gonna go on to a quick break. Pagbalik, it's gonna be another best of 3 series coming at you that much closer to naming our inaugural G Legends Cup champion. My name is Leo.
And I'm Saya.
We'll see you guys when we come back. Well, I'll see you guys when we come back. Say you have a great day. You guys have a great day. And stay with us. We will be coming back shortly.
2020! Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a 2-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car. Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no? Without physically going to the store.
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to get my license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I will swear to mo because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
This is what courage looks like. It's letting go to embrace what matters. It's being brave enough to change and keep going. It's being unafraid of what's new and having the guts to just go for it together. So go find that courage to recreate better days. Only with Globe.
experience nyo dito sa Globe G Legends Cup?
Medyo kakaiba siya sa mga tournang nasalihan ko. Itong G League na to. Kasi nga sobrang daming kasali. Medyo may pressure.
Marami. Makikita mo yung bawat bawat rotation ng bawat team.
Later pa siya.
Yung hero picks nila, ano yung meta nila. Marami ka matutunan, pati yung sa pag-counter picking. Talaga yung parse. Support hero talagang priority pick ng lahat ng team.
May
Yun napansin
farsa. Okay, sige.
Dapat madalas binaban yan.
Welcome back to the G Legends Cup brought to you by Globe. My name is Leo, kasama ko ngayon si Prof B. It's time for our third series of the day. Best of 3 na naman to. Prof, kumusta? How you doing?
Doing great. Of course, excited dahil alam natin, bagong patch, diba? So, new rotations and somehow familiar teams. Katulad nung kanina, we saw the Mavens and of course, the esports Kingpins parehas. Pero I saw them in different leagues. Talagang active etong dalawang team na to.
Yeah, malakas, no? Malakas. Not to mention the other teams that may be playing off-stream. We're excited to see them too. And an update on the brackets will be coming to you shortly. Thank you once more for joining us. We are celebrating National G Day. I think today is a major soft start to that because we are going to be seeing a Music Fest, the G Music Fest this weekend. It's a great lineup coming at you this Saturday with acts like Lainey, Ben and Ben, December Ave, Up Dharma Down, SB19, favorite ni Prof, The Ones, Masaya, and Kiana V. Again, it starts at 4 p.m. this Saturday. And get your free links on the Globe Rewards and the Globe at Home applications. Alright, back to the action. Here is an update on the brackets. We are gonna see, after our matchup kanina, may naganap na laban din. At yun ang Misfit Gaming versus iFios Esports. And Prof, natalo yung Misfit.
Oo nga, no? Anyway, with regards sa pagkatalo, alam mo, etong iFios, matagal na rin to eh. Etong mga, hindi ko na nga matawag to mga amateur teams eh. Most likely, I can call them contenders eh. Diba? So sila yung mga nasa laging leagues or iba't ibang mga liga. Etong iFios, and of course Misfit as well. Pero gusto ko yung binanggit mo kanina, yung ambida nagpapatalo. Mas masakit ang reverse sweep.
Oo, mas masakit.
Kanina, nung 1-0 pa lang, nabanggit mo agad, mas masakit yung reverse sweep. Sabi ko, marireverse nga kaya to. Though I saw Maven, sabi ko kaya kay Osiris, most likely, baka possible nga Raven mga which is, yun na nga yung lumabas din.
Yep. And this is the loser's bracket, by the way. So, kung matalo kayo sa winner's bracket, laglag kayo dito. So, Kingpins Esports, they lost to Mavens. Pero kailangan nilang mahigitan yung bad beats, di ba? Again, they got reverse swept, so they need to deal with the Extraordinaires now, while Misfit Gaming is waiting on Archangel and Kaizen Fang. Alright, so mainit din ang lower bracket, bro.
Tama. Parang wala talagang bibitaw each and every team. So most likely guys, i-comment nyo lang dyan kung sining team na sinusuportahan nyo.
Yep, and you have maybe several choices still. Ang dami pa actually. And lahat yan, mga favorite teams natin. Again, if you're watching other leagues, many other ML community activities, makikita rin yung mga pangalan na yan. So, hindi tayo bago dyan. They're not strangers at all. So, again, support your favorite teams. Let us know in the comments who you think is gonna win for a chance to get yourself some diamonds. Alright, courtesy of our friends. Special thanks to Lazada, Zalora, Canva, Bookful, Shaw Academy, Sure, and Food Panda. You can get yourselves some diamonds just by, again, telling us who wins, who you want to win, G-Legends Cup, no? Special thanks to Food Panda. Again, 200 winners ang bibigyan nila ng Dias in the next 7 days. So, 1 weekend. Tapos, meron tayong grand prize for the viewers of 5,000 diamonds.
Easy peasy, di ba? Na nag-enjoy ka na, and then most likely, you have a chance to win, and that's 5,000 diamonds. Baka naman.
Baka naman! And,
diba?
Ang ganda ng graphics sa ML ngayon. I gotta say, Project Next really upped everything. Next level ang lahat. So, yung mga skins natin, nakita mo yung Glorious General ni Zilong?
Oo, pero alam mo, pinaka-the best doon, isa sa pinaka-na-enjoy ko yung Dragon Boy.
Ni Cho, yung bagong portrait.
Kasi diba, yung mga tropang Brazil dyan, getting the...
you know what it is.
Ayori, diba? So, pagtingin ko, Dragon Boy is really good. Talagang pinaganda pa nila.
Yep.
Here we go! Para sa ating game number 1 between Kingpins versus Ephios, right? Yeah, Ephios is...
Ephios, also, well, not also. Nan 2-0 sila. So, mas mainit ang... Hindi. Prof, I gotta ask you while this draft unfolds, anong mas mainit? Yung nag-reverse sweep or yung nag 2-0?
Siguro hindi. Feeling ko yung nag 2-0.
Mas
kasi
mainit
that's
ang 2-0.
that's very
show of dominance.
Confident sila going in para sa laban, and most likely still they have the place, and alam mo mas mahaba yung pahinga eh. They have a longer rest, and possible na nakita nila yung laro ng Kingpins going for the game 3.
Yeah, and if there's anything I can say about Kingpins after I deal with the static on my hair, Kingpins, malinis ang laro nila. Lumilinis yung laro nila. After game 1, game 2, game 3, they're finishing closer. I mean, faster. Diba? So, siguro mapapanood ng Ephios yun, and they can see what's going on. But yeah, let's see the bands here first. Maven on the play. Tinanggal nila si Selena tsaka si Khalid. Nakita mo yung support Khalid kanina?
Oh!
Right? Interesting.
Panggulo. Pero here we go. With regards, guys, sa drafting, there's a lot of heroes na nagkaroon ng adjustment, and tawag dito parang na-remake yung iba, na-rework. Diba? Like for example, Alice, Saber, there's a lot of heroes. Eudora, pinag-uusapan namin kanina, ang daming stuns. Diba?
Yep, ang daming stuns, tsaka AOE na siya. Diba? Basta malapagan mo nung passive niya, masasaktan ka rin.
Masasaktan rin. And let's see for the third pick for the side of Fios.
Maven here, they lock in the Cho. Again, Krisha from game number 2 earlier did very well with this. Imba on the Chang, also pretty solid. But for Ephios, Prof, ang kukunat nito mga to, ayaw mamatay.
Ayaw talaga patagalan lang yung kanilang mga buhay dito. Most likely the sustain, that's a 2-pick sustain. That's one for Hilda and as well as the Yuzong.
And then mid lane support on the Kufra.
Tama.
Kasi usually we see now the Hilda is the tank, right? Pero for sure, since pinakita nila magkasunod, Kufra and Hilda, side lane na yung Hilda.
Alam mo, from the recent patch, no, may part dito na ang hirap na hulaan. Before, alam mo agad eh.
Oo, basta. Yes.
May trend na eh. Pero right now, dahil nga nabago yung system, like for example, like that, Alice is already out of the game. Usually, hindi siya prio ban or hindi talaga siya binaban. Diba? Pero napipick siya. Pero like that, going on for the second phase ng banning, that's somehow a new, di ba? Para sa ating mga manonood, and of course, para sa buong community ng ML.
Yeah, no, I think Project Next really just changed the game. It made more things possible. Kaya parang ngayon, wala tayo sa lugar para sabihin, huwag mong piliin yan.
Oo.
Right? Even Harriet is back!
Diba? Talaga ang dami bago. Let's see for the fourth pick for the side of Efios Esports. Kailangan na ata nila ilabas dito yung no. Another support first.
Yep,
no?
save the core pa rin.
Save the core kasi they already have a core here.
Oo.
Para sa
The way I think the meta is going to unfold, Prof, is yun. Slowly we will get the positions back. Tapos slowly makikita na natin yung rotations. And then, safe to say, yung core mo nasa 4 and 5 pa rin, no?
Oo. And there you go. Yishun Shin. Magkapatid yan si Yusong Shin tsaka si Yushin Shin.
The Yu Brothers.
The Yu Brothers, guys. Kahit check nyo yung story ng ML, magkapatid yan. Backsha, of course, if ever possible. And, alam mo, isa pa to yung Alpha. Pinag-uusapan namin one time, Alpha for the jungle. Diba? Though hindi ko pa na-try, most likely lang ang bet ko for jungle is Johead and Hellcurt. Yun na nakikita ko Pero Alpha, may nagsabi rin, okay din daw. Kung na-try nyo na, guys, you can just comment din kung kamusta ang Alpha sa jungle.
Alpha has always been like Alice Napansin ko na parang hindi naman siya nababan, pero pag napili mo siya sa tamang lineup, gagana. So, I don't doubt that it will work, but not today, Prof. Not here, not game 1. Not game 1. Pick dito ng Mavens, it's going to be double mage.
Double mage setup,
Farsa
of course.
and Baksha, yung dulo.
So most likely, an early hold for the early game potential itong Kingpins, Maven. We all know once we have a mages in our lineup, we don't actually need a lot of items an early. We need level for the skills na pwede natin maibitaw. And somehow dito natin papakita kung ma-show off ba talaga ng Kingpins the early game potential of their lineup.
Yep, and I feel locks in the Kagura, their last pick. They needed a mid. They needed a solid mage. So, Prof, gotta ask you now, looking at these two lineups, parang mas maganda lang yung draft order ng Iphios. Mas reliable, mas consistent. But is that what you think is gonna happen? Is that the outcome? Kasi nga, maganda rin yung lapag ng skills ng Maven
Fan ako ng ng medyo kakaibang lineup. So with the double mage setup, hindi siya ganun na nakikita natin before. Usually that's a tank and a support, diba? Ngayon we have the two mages, hoping to see more action with regards to mages. Alam natin medyo explosive yung mga mages kasi bang after bang yung labanan. Pero here we go para sa ating first game between Kingpins Maven versus Efios Esports.
The thing is, in game number 1 from the first series, nag-double mage din ang Maven. Prof, I might not be wrong when I say this, but maybe this is Maven's download game style. I usually am not a believer of download game. Pero kung ang download game mo is pambulabog lang, baka gumana. Now, maagang bakbakan dito sa baba. 1717 versus Mar.
That's a clear counter, no? Yung setup dito. Pero look at that, the knockout. Meow! Will fall as early as now sa hands mismo ng Kingpins Maven. Pero ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, Leo, is the direct counter. Etong si Baksha laning against this Yuzong, no?
Yes.
Hindi ubra yung basta-basta sustain. With regards sa emblem, meron siyang killing spree. Etong si si Yuzong Shin,
Yep. Si Yuzong.
Si Yuzong Shin.
Yuzong, tas Yuzong Shin. Yeah. But you're right, it counters the Sha energy. It stops the outstanding lifesteal. But now, look, again, kanina pa to, bakbakan once more, up top, Lotus, bouncing ball away, lost mind, binabantayan si Krisha. I like Krisha's Kufra better than his Cho. But hold up, pinasok si Imba. Mimo, backs out.
Pero that's Leo, that's a huge rotation. 4-man rotation against Kingpins Maven. Figure out muna dito si Lotus out for the clash. Habang tinapatan, they're fighting 3 against 4. Maganda positioning dito ng Kingpins Maven. Pero look at that, jumping in using the Payong kapatid. They're able to take down Alice as well. 2-man down. They want more blood. Wreck being wrecked right now.
Crazy now, 3 more. Black Dragon 4, pinasok si Rex sa likod. The knockup is real. The tail is swung. And they're gonna continue with this. Again, I love it whenever a team is able to hit the turret for the gold.
Yeah, it's gold for the gold. Look at that, trying to defend. And medyo mainit etong Cho. Slowing things down. Another jump coming from Lotus. Disengaging back. Oy, masyado malalim na over. Extend team fight. They're able to take down Kufra.
Okay, so far sa baba, si 1717 gonna focus on cutting the lane. And it's Maven's turn to get at the gold here.
And anyway guys, with regards to laning, mind you, kailangan nyo tandaan, hindi siya perma. Kung nasa top lagi yung gold, nasa baba ang XP. So it depends.
Nag-mirror siya.
Oo.
O, gagalaw siya. Sundan nyo
Gagalaw
lang yung
siya.
icon. May icons
Exactly.
yan.
Exactly.
They'll tell you.
Sa mga bagong patch, make sure na checkin nyo rin, no? And there you go, Hilda going in for the fight habang tahimik lang dito si Cho.
Turtle resurrecting
Yep. This shield dropping in about a minute. So, both teams nakatikim sila ng gold dun sa turret.
Tama, masulit. Masulit lang ata yung yung Kingpin's Maven if I'm not mistaken. Kasi mas nasagad nila eh. Compared to sa nakarami silang suntok. 'Di ba? Yung kumbaga isa puro jab lang, eto ang daming haymaker na nabitawin. Nasulit. May hook eh, tsaka dalawang straight.
Oh. But again, that explains why they're up maybe about 500 gold. Doon nang galing yun. Doon natin nakita. So now another fight. Lost mind.
Another
the top, there is the way of the dragon. Hang! Oh, 1717. Rolling. Poison's pop. Gonna be keeping Lotus down. Lotus, Mamba out. Bouncing ball. Okay, keep it safe. Oh, Krisha gusto isa pa.
Mainit.
Lotus, nahuli niya. Knock up. Oh, once more. And back out.
I think may changes dun sa shotgun nila. Kanina, pinapantayan ko si Kufra, no? Is about to jump and suddenly kinancel niya. Doon nakita niya pasalubong sa kanya si Baksha. Pero look at that. There's a fire company coming for RTC from the backline. Sirmar with the Dragon Control. Plus the yakap from the Kufra wreck inside of two members of Iphios. There you go. They're able to take down the Roger. Hindi pa tapos. Susunod pa ata dito. Joe running away para sa iyong buhay. Imbading to the rescue to slow things down.
Trimar can only go so far. Again, meron kang additional move speed but no one to help you pin down. Naka-cooldown yata yung Dragon's Tail. So far, laban kung laban. No? Back and forth. Maven and Iphios, they mean business.
Ito ang gusto ko sa lineup ng Maven, no? They can control and rotate very quick compare naman sa Iphios Esports. Ang problema lang dito ng Kingpin's Maven is medyo nagda-die down kasi itong dalawang mages, no? Pagdating sa mid, pero we're going to wait up until to the late game. Kasi ang clear potential dito, yung Chang'e plus si Farsa, di ba? Hindi nila kailangan lumapit to clear things out. Mamomroblema lang dito ang Iphios kung paano nila pepwersahin yung Torre. Pero speaking of puwersa,
Prof, parang 1 inch na lang kulang. Lotus with the yakap into the wall. That's a kill going over to Mimo. Yu Shinshin, not Yu Zhong, gets it. And I think they're gonna go for the push up. Imba and Krisha to the rescue.
As long as hindi mapitas yung dalawang mages ng sabay, they can still defend.
Wag sabay, yes.
Wag sabay. Most likely, ang ganda ng clear wave potential ng Chang'e dito. Look at that. They're trying to balance lane. And nakakuha sila ng kills dun sa top. Pero still di pa naman nakapush. Ayun, ang layo naman ng sipa nun.
Patayagonal pa.
May pectus.
May angle.
And then there you go, 1717 still able to defend their turret onto the top side nila.
So far, so good for either team, no? Muntik na yun. Krisha with the attempted assassination on to the Kagura. Gonna miss just by an inch. Kulang siya na follow up eh. But you're right, Prof. I think Maven, ang nakatakot sa kanila is hindi ka nag-aantay ng isang ult. Ang dami mong ult na inaantay. Ang dami mong skill na kailangan timingan. So Iphios needs to watch out. Lotus pumasok. No man's land, mag-isa ka dyan. There's the combo.
Nagmintes pero tumama naman ang sipa sa mukha. They want to hold RT to the Z, disengaging against this Basha. Sobra naman si Basha mang mama dito, invading from the backline sa mga pinasok dito ni Lost Mind. Still, they were able to secure the turtle. Lost Mind disengaging against G-Man member. Eto na, si Tokyo Drift, the knock-up. Medyo nasobran ata si Cho, pero that's a very nice one sana. And nilito lang pala, they're able to take down the turret for the side of Kingpin's Maven.
Yup, gulo-gulo no jutsu, pero mukhang si Rex. Si Rex nag-asim pumasok. Sabi niya, galit na galit ako sa Torre. Ay, hero na pala to. Never mind.
Joke lang pala, pero it's too late. And na-pick off siya dito. With regards sa turret, guys, 2-for-1 in favor of Kingpin's Maven. Ang ganda ng positioning. Ito yung sinasabi natin, the defense capability na itong lineup ng 2 mages. And nakikita natin yung result. No?
Prof, hindi lang 2 mages 2 mages, 2 tanks.
Yeah, 2 mages, 2 tanks. And there you go. Nang mama na dito, another kick. Medyo kakaiba si si Shane. Parang yun yung laging tropa mong napapaaway.
Yung tropa mong kailangan mo pigilan. Parati ka dapat nakatingin ko nasa siya kasi ba next thing you know, may kaaway na. And that's going to be Trimar still alive. Black Dragon form. I'm out. Nice push up top by Lotus. And 1717 trying his best to defend. Mimao gonna close. And they're gonna get this push in. That's a turret.
They need an exchange from the recent clash, no? Ang kailangan lang dito ng Kingpin's Maven is to hold their mid turret, not to give any turret sa mid muna, to make sure na maganda ang defense nila and balance as well with regards sa sideline sila. They're trying to go in, Leo.
Yep, lost mind. The target here, RTZ, nagbabato dito, and it's going to be a disengaged turtle. Is going to be nice jump by Lotus.
Bang!
There you go. Isa lang tinamaan, but it must be worth it. Imbading Turtle Sans here. 1717 naghanap ng target. Down goes Lost Mind.
Dragon
Lost it. Black Dragon into the back. Ashley, naman. There's a tail. Down goes Ashley. 3 gonna walk away. Mamba out. Thug life.
Magba out, pero hindi pa tatapos dito. Ito na naman yung tropa nating mainit. Vera Bang with the punch coming from Kagura. And ang may pasimuno niyan most likely yung pagong. Doon nag-umpisa nung lumabas yung pagong, nagkagulo na eh.
Yep, nagkamali yung shot call nila. Parang na-distract sila. Ano ba talaga? Alin.
Eh. Pero there you go. This is a huge opening for the BS Esports. Another jump coming from Lotus, but they're able to take down. Ang gusto nilang objective, 1 turtle, 1 turret sa mid. This is a very good advantage para sa side ng Evios.
Evios found their window and they made the most of the confusion. So, confused talaga feeling ko both teams. But I think Evios is the one who's able to make the most of it. And that's what heroes like Yujong do best. Yung guguluhin mo yung line ng kalaban. And then, kahit na nagmamba out siya doon, nakaisa na siya, okay na yun.
Tama ka dyan. Pero ito na, going in for the mid game, medyo mag-i-slow things down para sa side ng 2 mages. Later on, si Chango ang aasahan natin dyan na sama mag-hold each and every lane dito. And look at that, 1-on-1 with the great one. 1717 again, lost mind. Habang si Mao, medyo, lang siya doon chill lang para bumutas ng tore.
Yep, again, nabanggit ito ni Seiya nung game number 3 yata. Kapag lamang ka, talagang huwag kang mainip, huwag kang maasar, huwag kang magalit. Just take your time. So, this is something that we should be saying to Shane De Vera. Pero, chill lang siya. Dapat chill lang siya. Lalo ngayon don't give unnecessary kills to the opponent.
Pero nakikita ko yung idea minsan dito niya Pero look at that, the dragon form, pop na dito ni 3 Mar and another turret for the side of Evios. This is a zone potential lang coming from the dragon, space provided. With regards kay Shane De Vera, I mean, nakikita ko sa kanya, he's trying to give space, I think para kay Roger. Para up until like 14 minutes to 15, online na. Ang tanong is, yung space niyang pinoprovide, is it enough?
Yes.
Later on, ang laki and lawak na map control dito coming from Evios Esports.
Yep, and magkano ba? And here's another fight down bottom. 1717 goes down. Tank on tank violence, mga kaibigan. It's going to be Lotus with the kill. And that's it. Tamang pick-off lang sa ilalim ng turret.
Pagka pick-off, lamang sila ng numbers dito. They're going in for the Lord. Unless, i-bait nila to, they have the full potential na pumatay. Look at that. Etong tatlong miyembro, nakapwesto lang dito sa mga damuhan or sa bush. If ever, ready to strike back. Habang etong dalawang to, sinesecure lang yung kanilang Lord. This is a good play coming from Evios Esports.
Yep, and Evios Esports, I just noticed now, lamang sila sa vision. Meron sila mountain shocker. They can say where the fight is gonna happen and how it happens because of 3 Mar.
Exactly. So let's see kung paano mangyari. The items, guys, look at that. Sa mga nagtatanong, medyo maninibago kayo sa itsura ng item. Most likely, dikit lang naman din yung mga dating itsura ng item. Kamukha naman.
Sa malayo, kamukha pa rin.
Pero pinaganda lang yung mga ilaw. Like for example, look at the immortality dito ni Kufra. Diba? Dati walang glow yan May outside glow na. Pero the dragon, inilipas agad dito as early as now. This is a zone potential coming from 3 Mar. Grabe naman angas ng dragon Pasok hanggang loob.
Nag-U-turn lang siya. Pinatrol niya lang. Patrol lang.
Pininahan.
Yep.
Kumbaga, nirondahan. Pero look at that. The defense coming from the side of Kingpin's Maven. Niyakap na nga dito. Cho will fall down. Hindi pa tapos. Nasaan ang depensa? Coming from the two mages, kaliwat kanan, gitna as well. Binubutas ng Epios Esports. Dahan-dahan naman dito, 1-7 trying to defend. Knock-up coming from this Lotus.
Actually, mission accomplished, ha? Para sa Kingpin's Maven. Doon nakita natin lumabas yung lakas ng dalawang mage.
Tama.
Clear heroes, clear waves, clear Lord, wala namatay kahit kanino. Well, down si Shane, but that happened earlier.
Exactly. Siguro ang win potential, ang comeback potential dito ng Kingpin's Maven is yung ngayon pinag-usapan, yung pagka nainip ka, kasi diba that's easy clear eh. Makiklear na mga mages to. They need to wait. Tingin ko kung ganitong sitwasyon, aabot pa to ng mga dalawang lord pa eh. Kung paano ko tinitingnan. Unless guys, mag-overextend ng Kingpin's Maven outside their jurisdiction. Yung kanilang kaya lang nila i-defend.
Yep. Kumbaga yung sinabi ni Sayane na yung aggressive defense.
Oo.
Pag nag-aggressive defense ka ng di oras and you're out of bounds, again, not pointing any fingers, but hoping Shane learns this. Shane should not do this. Kasi nabili niya ng space eh. Wala na siya pambili. But now, another fight. There you go. Nakamamba out. Mountain Shocker to set the pace. Lotus with the jump. And the up onto one. There you go. Knockout. 1-7. Dadagdagan pa ba? Lotus nakapag-mamba out pa nga. Shane Rivera nag-aarap ng target. There's a knock-up onto Lost Mind. Full combo.
Lalim.
Dreamer looking for something. Lotus looking low. Nasa si Shane Rivera. Buhay pa. And there's Rek looking low. Isa pa. Knockout onto him by Mimo. And that's going to be 2 for none. Lamang ang Epios. Prof, yung sasabi natin.
Nawalan ng pasensya. Ito and again, that's an overextend para sa Kingpin's Maven. Plus, ipaprops ko lang Epios Esports on how they juggle the damage. Diba kanina pulado agad si Lotus going outside the clash, then bumalik lang ulit. Plus, hindi ko napansin kung na-pop yung immortality niya, no? Kaya bumalik si Lotus doon, guys. Kahit pulado na yung Kufra, he still have the immortality. Diba? To burn. Ayun, hindi pa nga na-burn. And 60 seconds para sa next Lord. This is the perfect positioning para sa Epios Esports if ever paglabas.
Even more perfect is if that team fight happened if Lord was already out. Kung nag-2 yung kalaban, tapos kayo buo, better that Lord. I mean, yun yung best case scenario. This is good for Epios, but it could have been better. But now, Kingpin, they have to learn. They have to know. Hold up. There's a double knock-up. Once more, RTZ with the damage. It's real. Pop the immortality of Lotus. Boy pa ba? There's the dragon. 3 mark coming in. Ay, nahabol siya yung sa likod. Shane is still alive. There you go. Thrown out some shot energy. Lotus still alive.
Space.
Looking for a jump. Nabitin ng mga 2 inches.
10 beats, mga sir. Shaken and bacon pa rin dito. Etong Shane Rivera.
Nahabol pa rin.
Pero hindi uubra nga naman. Pero nararamdaman na nila yung damage dito ni Ashley from the far side. Look at that! The burn! The firepower from Alice, but they're able to take down the Baksha as well as the Kagura. The exchange is real. Now Rek! Double kill for the side of Epios Esports. There's already a Lord, pero I think they need to push ang turret dito.
Oh no. Prof, they might not even push. They might even finish.
Bam!
Imba goes down. This turret is still standing. Wala silang wave. They need to wait for the wave and then they can finish. They're waiting for what? Si Shane mag-isa? 7 seconds? Is that enough?
I don't think so na kayang i-defense doon ni Shane. And
I
look
think
at that.
it's over.
Itinangkin na dito. The Juggle and the Dragon to zone Shane Rivera. The knock-up. And I think it's over. Game 1 goes for the side of Epios Esports.
Now we're starting to see how creative and how open this meta really is. Double tank sa Epios. Double tank, double mage sa Maven. And it was a close fight. Up until maybe the last 5-6 minutes. Like, you can't say for sure sino lamang. But, yeah, congratulations to Epios. What happened there? Kinulang ba yung mages? Or yun nga, nainip sila maybe one too many times?
Kulang sa kulang sa suntok actually. To end. Ang daming pulado para sa side ng Epios, but yung knockout punch ng
clean up.
Maven.
Tama, wala silang totoong assassin.
Exactly. Puro setup, walang knockout punch.
Oo.
'Di ba? Ang daming duguan eh.
Yeah.
Ang aasahan nila talagang pang clean up dito si Rek. Kaso ang problema, hindi rin makapwesto si Rek ng ganong kaganda.
Kasi ang ganda ng front line ng Epios. You're right, dadaanan mo si Trimar, si Lost Mind, at saka si Lotus. And our MVP.
Nako, si Lotus of course. Pero kailangan pansinin yung show several times niya sinipa si Kagura. Nakapayong, 'di ba? Automatically, hindi mo rin makokontrol eh. So most likely, if you're going to target specifically dapat yung pinaka-core or yung pwede nyo i-pick off. May kasi may survivability chance ang ang Kagura, ang laki compare sa ibang hero yung kanina.
And again, Lotus, you mentioned, Prof, the juggle on the damage, the bob and weave, the immortality. Parang isang beses lang yata niya nagamit kanina, no? Kasi hindi pa siya talaga namatay. Natanggal lang. So let's look at the highlights again. Earlier on, you couldn't say kung sino. Kasi maganda rin ang lapag ng Maven ng early game.
Tama. Yung mga shot calls, the rotation is there. No, look at that. Maganda yung mga ganong huli ni kanina, ni Shane 'di ba? Pero nung sunod-sunod niya na mali yung pasok niya, na tawag dito, na punish sila. Ayun, another sipa.
Ayun, like moments like that. Lamang yung Maven, obviously they won those fights, but later on as the game followed through,
nag-umpisa yan doon sa sipa hanggang coastal Yung may Pectus, no?
Yung may Pectus, pero flashy lang.
Flashy lang.
I'm out.
Cool. Dapat nga pag sipa, flicker out siya, tapos bumalik siya ng di ba? Sabay recall. The freestyle.
Pang YouTube.
Pang YouTube yun. At least sa YouTube ka, di ba?
Saan mo ginawa to? Sa G-Legends Cup? Lokot pala Huwag mong gawin sa tournament. Pero, yeah, here we go. Now we're seeing the moments wherein it's for sure Iphios. And it's Iphios' game to lose. Even 1717 could not do anything. I think, Prof, yun yung yan yung sinabi nating aggressive defense. Yung lumabas sila masyado. Actually, yung kanina pa yun sa top half But, ito na yun, pa-finish na sila. Yan, si Imbading. Yan.
Tsaka nahirapan sila mag-balance actually ng lane. I think back siya is the direct control for Yuzong, no? Pero hindi nila nagamit kasi parang pinapadala nila si Yuzong doon sa side to defend. So pagdating ng clash, ang layo ng tatakbo niya. Doon may gulong naman siya, pero it's too late. Diba?
It's still fair. Hindi siya teleport Gagalaw ka pa rin
Tatakbo ka pa rin. Ganun yung ata yung idea ng ng Mavens, which is mas mahirap ilabang kasi coast to coast yung takbo Diba? From top, tatakbo siya sa bottom kasi nandun si Yuzong trying to control the dragon to avoid the sustain.
There's only so much you could do really, and rotation or the speed of your rotation is only one half. The other half is pagdating mo doon, anong gagawin mo?
Exactly.
Diba? And doon nakalamang ang Iphios, and they just needed to make sure that they knew what to do when they got there, and here they did. And yun nga, not to mention na medyo inasim pa yata ng Mavens dito at some point because of those aggressive defensive plays, meaning just nag-overextend. But yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, game 1 down here in this best of 3 Iphios ang lamang. Mavens, they could turn around and give us another reverse sweep, but we will see after a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the G Legends Cup. I'm Leo, this is Prof B. Magbabalik. Stay with us.
2020! Grabe! Kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina?
Wow!
She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a 2-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car.
Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no?
Without physically going to the store.
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to get my license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I will swear to mo because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
This is what courage looks like. It's letting go to embrace what matters. It's being brave enough to change and keep going. It's being unafraid of what's new and having the guts to just go for it together. So go find that courage to recreate better days. Only with Globe.
At syempre, nagbabalik tayo dito sa Globe Legends Cup. At syempre, kami ang inyong tagapaghatid ng matinding bakbakan dito sa Mobile Legends. Ako si Osiris at kasama ko si
Prof B. Alright. Kamusta?
Kumusta? Mukhang mainit yung labang kanina.
Oo, ang daming open. Pinag-usapan namin Liliyo. Parang kaliwat kanan yung suntukan ng mga heroes nila.
Grabe. At saka yung mga teams natin, siguro, gigil na gigil.
Tama ka nga dyan.
Tsaka syempre, kung yung mga teams natin gigil na gigil, pati yung mga viewers natin sa mga sinusuportahan nila, alam nyo na, pwede kayo manalo ng diamonds and even Food Panda vouchers kung ako sa inyo. Standby lang kayo dyan. Abangan nyo na yung susunod na bakbakan. At marami pa tayong mga mga additional prizes. Tulad na lang sa Lazada. With Lazada, meron kang chance na makakuha ng Zalora, Canva, Bookful, Show Academy, Shore, and Food Panda. So, more Food Panda tayo dito, probably.
Pero, of course, back to our action. Osiris, a while ago, from the previous series, Kingpins Mavens, pinakita nila the reverse sweep laban sa Kingpins Esports.
Napag-usapan natin yun. Habang nagkakape kami mga kaibigan, napag-uusapan na namin.
Sabi ko, possible na Kingpins Mavens nga bumawi, which is nangyari nga. Pero let's see if Mavens still have yung kanilang init for the download game nga ba. Totoo nga ba na meron download game power etong Kingpins Maven, or if Eos going in very hot from previous series naman kasi kanila, 2-0 din, no?
2-0 nila ang Alchemist.
Oo, so nagpapakita ng dito, pagiging dominante ng Eos from the recent series nila. Let's see if they're gonna close ang kanilang series against Mavens.
Hindi questionable kung nakaya yun ng Eos dahil nga capable sila. Maganda yung pinakita nila nung pinakaunang game ng araw natin. Sobrang solid ng ginawa nila nun. Pero checking on the bans, you have the para sa Mavens, binana dito ang Hilda at saka ang Kufra, habang sa kabilang side naman, Diggy yung range.
Alam mo, every time na nawawala ang Hilda, automatically, no? Sa pinakita kasi ni Raf Fisha, of course, yung Diggy strategy, no? Diba, up until now, ayun, nakita nyo, pagka natanggal ang Hilda, parang minsan may psycho effect, baka magdigi to, diba? Baka magdigi to. And now, from the changes na nangyayari dito, and of course, Khalid. Ito rin pinag-uusapan natin nila, nila Omi, na yung Khalid, medyo, very versatile, may support, pwede mag-side lanes, no?
Tsaka yan si Emma, nung unang match talagang maganda. Ang pinakita niya, naging MVP siya kanina. So, ngayon, dadali niya yung lakas ng Khalid niya. Pero sa kabilang side, ang Mavens, meron dito si Yuzong tsaka si Selena.
With Selena,
goods din na mag-akay. Ginamit na rin yan kanina. Medyo nag-aalala lang ako dito para sa Selena kasi alam mo naman na dalawang frontliners kaagad yan eh. Meron kang quicksand guard na pwede pagka nasa mo yung arrow, quicksand ka lang. Babalik na yung buhay mo.
Babalik ka lang. Sustain the lane, no? Sustain is the name of the game para sa side dito ata ng Eos Esports. Yes. The last ban or the third ban for Eos Esports. Ano ba yung logo ng Eos? Tiger ba yan? Layo?
Parang
ano ba?
Sounds like Evos. Ayos ba yun?
Oo nga.
Eos Evos.
Oo nga. Sounds like. Pero look at that. Roger is out para sa kanilang series na to. Hylos naman going in? No. Okay.
Nakuha ang drop. Medyo mahirap ang naging palit. Pero parang ang greedy yata nito Kaya ba to? Paring Pro B. Medyo naaalangan ako sa link. It feels like it was too much resources we're taking in. Lalo pat may 1-1 ka na
Actually, pwede kasi mas mabilis lang mag-rotate Etong si Ling. Yun natin habol na rotate and jungle capability given for Ling. While steady lang ang marksman kung nasa ng tawag dito gold lane. And here comes para sa side ng Kingpins Maven, most likely the last pick will be a core hero. Ang magkakasama diyang core hero plus etong si Grak for the early potential na pang-clear. Pabilisan lang to. Ito pakikita ng ng Mavens. Talagang nila, i-embudo or ifa-funnel nila ng isang mabilis ang sinong core hero? 1-1?
Sila ang kuha ng 1-1 pero maganda yung pinalit nila. I mean, mas okay itong Bruno sa 1-1.
Ranger. Okay.
Ranger danger.
Ranger Danger is in. Now for the lineup. Kanino ka dyan?
Ako, parang nakukutuban ko tong Apios eh.
Apios. Kasi, may part eh. Kasi paano nga, wala silang nature ng ng pang-catch against Link actually. The arrow, and pag nahulog lang siguro si Link sa bakod, tsaka lang siya mababagok.
At saka hindi lang yung, yung Link yung problema dito eh. Si MR.
Oo nga.
Paano, napag-usapan natin nila Omi kanina. Pag wala kang burst, anong gagawin mo sa Khalid?
Tama ka.
Be the best music. GG ka agad. Diba? In terms of music Fest mga kaibigan, sa Saturday, we got the solid lineup of Lainey, Den and Ben, December Avenue, Up Dharma Down, SB19, Duans, Masaya, and Kiana V. Siyempre, kung gusto nyo makakuha, free lang yan. Basta kukunin nyo lang sa Globe Rewards at Globe at Home applications.
Make sure to check out yung ating Globe applications. And speaking of DJ Khalid, pag hindi mo napataya, mapapasigaw ka, another one! May round 2 eh. May round 2. Si Yumi talaga may kasalanan nun.
Si Yumi talaga.
May pasimuno eh. Pero let's see. Look at that, guys. Check as well their first items dito. Isa yan sa mga kailangan nyo bantayan, lalo't bago pa. Tumama ba? Yung power of nature? I don't know kung tumama.
Medyo mabilis yung pero itong pansinin muna natin to, Prof B, paano ba ang galawan itong lane configuration? Doon na iba kasi ang sitwasyon mo.
Look, medyo mainit agad si Trimar dito. Pero speaking of lane configuration, guys, most likely, laging tatandaan ng marksman nyo sa gold lane. Pero look at the... Ang aggressive naman nito ng Kingpin's Maven.
Mukhang gising na. Saan mo naman sa neto sa mga baliktaran na panalo. Pero ayun na nga, nagkakamali sila as the first blood. Nasa kamay kaagad ng Apios.
Hindi uubra ang baliktarang gaming kasi galing na kami dyan, sabi dito ng Apios Esports. And going in, eto na naman, look at that, si RTC, very aggressive. Mage ang pinapakita niya dito. Zone, balik sa linya. This is a natural move ng Apios Esports. Pinakita nila kanina to sa game number 1 nila. Pang. Every hit niyan, guys, may gold yan. Okay.
Yan ang maganda kasi in terms of maximizing yung lane ngayon na may gold, si Bruno alam natin nag-excel siya moving to late game. Pero dahil sa gold lane, at the same time, yung gold na nakukuha natin sa tower, mas napapaaga yung potential na carry niya into moving into mid game.
Exactly. And pinapakita niya kasi may time na mawawala eh. Yung gold bars sa turret, sometimes they call it the shield, no? Pero yung iba like ang tawag dito buff shield, parang ganun tawag nila. Pero may oras lang yan, guys. Yun ang mina-maximize ng mga teams ngayon with the jungle items, with your gates. Pero look at that. Way of the Dragon, binitaw na rin dito. Ang daming tunog ng sipa. Arrow will miss. Going in 17, double 17. Lost Mind, sinalo dito.
Grabe
and another one.
Tumalon na nga, pero tamang flame shot lang. RTC tumalon. 1-7 dito. Kailangan na niyang tumatras. Pero mukhang hindi magpapaawat sa Dragon's Tail. Konting damage pa. Mapasok ng konti dito ang ating Graph. Pero wala na mangyayari. Grabe naman si Lost Mind ng snatch.
Yun yung sinasabi natin pag pick off, alis. Still, meron pa round 2. Wala to na. Another sundot. Look at that. Another one. Lost Mind. Mainit. Against Kingpin's Maven, he was able to get 2 easy kills. Sabay si Bat, no? Balik sa mid, clear wave, sabay alis lang ulit, balik sa jungle. Look at that, guys. Tapos siya pupuntahin sa sa jungle lang. I-snatch pa nga ata.
Yung mga, actually, itong mga recent na nakita nating skirmishes, there's no arrow na on point. Pero,
ang ganda.
Way of the Dragon, pero quick sand pa, sand, ravaging sand palabas, pero wild charge sa tamaan yung Guardian's Barrier, pero makakatakas pa kaya siya sa Ashley. Nagkakaipitan pa rin dito, pero si RDC hindi siya magpapaawat, si Lotus na rin. Nakikipagpapakan pa rin dito sa Joe, pero aatras. Nakakuha naman sila ng isa doon at ligtas si DJ Khalid.
Speaking of ligtas, look at that, sabi ni 17, hindi ka pa ligtas. Dragon, laban sa Panda, bilis na emoji. Swap muna, natag team pa dito. 17 running away para sa inyong buhay natin nakap. Tumama na naman dito. Nagkatalunan pa. They're able to take down ang kanilang Dragon. Disengaging si Lost Mind. Hit and run strategy ang pinapakita dito ng Apios Esports. Ashley, Way of the Dragon. Purify Pop para kay Mimaw. Nagkapalit ang position dito. Slide out. And Flicker pop out para kay Show.
nakita mo, mas delikado yung Bruno na kahit itong Cho, alam natin malakas si Cho sa duel. Pero tumagilid yung vapor nila na nakalaban niya kaagad yun. And ito na si MR. Quicksand lang, makakuha siya ng dagdag heal at masusustain niya yung lane. Habang dito sa top side, sulit na ni paring Mimaw yung gold.
Exactly. Now, here comes the arrow. Ayun, makakalis si RTC. Kung titignan natin guys, yung emblem dito ni Granger, no? Talagang pupuruhan pala niya yung jungle. Yun ang balak nila. Pupuruhan nila yung jungle. So, kailangan hindi mo na magpakita. Speaking of peace, tinamapa pa nga dito stand as well. Namatay na nga si Khalid dito. Kapalit, wala. 1 for non-exchange in favor King.
Kung magkaroon, Profi, pero ang kapalit nasa taas.
Yun naman pala Ano pala, naipit yung paa.
Oo.
Malikot ka.
Malikot na, tatalon-talong ka, ipiting it Nabambu shoot.
6-1 ating score in favor of Evios Esports. Napakaganda ng rotation, balance ng kanilang mga kills, item check, ang agang Clock of Destiny or the Lollipop na para kay Kagura.
And even Nemo,
naka-Berserker Fury agad.
Easy,
Berserker
Fury.
Si Bruno, ang bilis na ikot. Isipin, hinahatid na naman dito. Nasa
grabe yun, nasalo.
Ang ganda ng pagkasolo dito. RTC bailing out. Napakaganda ng Sipa. Panda, ang kanila. Makakaligtas pa nga si Akai. 1-7. He wants RTC very bad. Natunaw pa nga dito. Counter-initiate from Lost Mind. Another one na naman. Look at that. Hindi ako si Khalid, pero ang dami kong another one. Mainit si Lost Mind from the backline. Streamer, sinalo. And clean up. Wreck. Eto na, napapalibutan. Dapat umount ka na dito. Ikaw ang core here, but he wants more. And that's a double kill for the side of Evios Esports.
At mali ang ginawa ni Rek doon. Medyo naging reckless ang pagpasok niya. Kaya siguradong naparusahan. And the punishment from Evios. Kitang-kita mo yung gigil nila. 10-3 tayo dito sa scoreboard. And even giving the focus dito sa mid lane. Pero hindi papaawat si Emar. Mukhang sumusobra na naman. At mukhang makarangan ng Guardian's Barrier. Quicksand guard para mapadepensa ng sarili. Pero si 1-7 dito nag-call ng 9-1. Si Emar, ito na ang backup. Dumating na si RTC kasama si Lotus. At syempre nangaang isa pang kill na manggagaling sa Evios.
Parang naka-cheat code.
Hindi na mamamatay.
Lumuhod lang Lumuhod lang dito. Bumalik ang buhay. Bigla ng kanilang Khalid. Ayan yung sinasabi nga And another one pag hindi nyo napitas. Diba?
With the best defense.
Tama. And look at that. Lotus, the perfect ipit. Wala na naman legs. Dito 17-17 will fall the perfect ipit or the hurricane dance. Galing kay Lotus.
Nabambu shoot na naman. Tapos Torre pa kasama nun.
Tama. Medyo pilay na dito ang Kingpin's Maven in terms of map control. It's all about Evios Esports. They're trying to bait, I think, etong top side. Ayan na Ayun na nga! Sabi na another bait, pero makaka-bail out muna dito ang kanilang Grok.
Ramdam pa rin naman yung kunat ni Grok. Pero habang tumatagal, lalong bumababa ang defense as the damage are coming in solid with the itemization of Evios. RTZ and MR just focusing the top side. Pero nakikita nyo naman, nakiklear na kaunti-unti yung mga second towers natin and Imbading wasn't really able to drop a good arrow for them to capitalize on.
Ito nagiging problema, ng Kingpin's Maven is they're trying to defend, pero hold that thought, guys. Streamer pulado agad dito, trying to hold, tumama pa arrow, and sustain! Maris doing it! Diba? Pinansin lang niya, quick Sandguard lang palang sagot sa katanungan. They want to take Imbading. Will bail out from the recent clash. Ito yung sinasabi natin, lumalaban sila ng 3 versus 5, 4 versus 5. A huge space ang binibigay nila sa isang member ng Evios. It's either the Bruno or the Ling ang nakakakuha dito. Pero still, Evios Esports winning each and every clash na pwede nilang ipanalo.
Ang ganda ng setup na ginagawa ng mga teammates ng Evios for the Bruno and Ling to capitalize on. And sobrang libre-libre na mga nakukuha nila. At yung tower dive! Killing spree na si RTC while Judge si Lotus ang susunod na tutumpa dito. Nagkakahanapan na. Sino ang susunod na mag-imik naman ng karahasan at yung Ling na pumasok na dito sa loob ng base. Disrespect indeed. Pero natakas pa rin. Habang hit and run ulit.
Alam mo, ang para sa akin etong si Lina kasi, this is a momentum based hero, di ba? Pagka nakuha mo yung tamang sargo mo, yung yung talagang laging sa pool.
Oo.
Momentum based kasi guys ang yung Selena eh. If you get your groove as early as sa early game, mapapanish ang mga kalaban nyo eh. Pero now, it's already almost 10 minutes of the game. Ang stats pa lang dito ng Selena is 1-1-3. I'm not saying nakasalanan to ng Selena, no? Pero yung potential na hinahanap natin sa kanya, wala. Para may katakutan. Kumbaga, every lalagpas ba kami sa safe zone namin, baka may araw na tumama eh. Wala na siya as of now. Wala nang threat. Pagka tumama, sige, palagan. Yun yung nakikita natin para sa side dito ng Evios.
Imbis na yung Selena, yung magsisimula ng laban, ang nangyayari is yung Grok ang mag-set up para sa Selena. So, medyo hindi na nagiging pick-off type instead of relying to that Abyssal Arrow. So, nahihirapan ang Kingpin's Maven in terms of comeback. Maganda ang paghawak ng Evios sa advantage na meron sila.
Exactly. They're trying to bait etong Lord. I don't know if this is a fake Lord ang pinapakita, pero here comes Akai, the perfect ipit na naman. That's a questionable move. Nasa ng defense dito. It's only a fake Lord ba nga ba? Then Sonata binitaw na rin dito. Granger. Ayan na, double bang! One down. Susunod pa dito. Wreck. Wreck! Nabutas pa nga dito. 1717 to the rescue, but you are not 911. Disengaging lang. Kulang ang numero.
Kulang indeed. As 1-7 can't really respond sa kahit ano dito, pero tamang magsilang dito. Sige, nilabas na ang Dragon. Malahid, Chala, pero dadaanan lang. Buy time indeed para lumabas sa mga kampe. Wild Charge makakapitan dito, pero si Lotus ang makakasurvive as RTZ will back again the head dito ni Grok.
Pinugutan ng ulo ang kanilang Grok dito, buying some time. Another arrow will not hit, and taking some time dito. Iniintay lang nilang Lord. Ayan o. Most likely, wag nyo sabayin yung Lord pagkagaling sa side lanes, guys. Para yung push or yung takbo ng minions, maganda yung bigay. Mas matagal ang Lord sa side lanes, mas maraming minions ang lumalabas. Mas mahihirapan or sasakto ang pag-push dito ng mga teams. Pagka sumakto na kayo doon sa bottom, pwede yung sabayan. Kung gusto nyo talagang bumutas, or pwede yung sabayan din ng mid. Coast to coast ang laban dito
Coast to coast ang kaganapan. Mga Inklings dito mukhang mapipin down na.
Ang init ni Lotus dito, going in, Wild Charge, being back dito, Hurricane Dance to save the day. Eto na, trying to focus fire ang Dragon. Masyado malalim, you're able to take down ang kanilang Bruno. Here comes the wave of the Dragon. RTZ will fall, flicker in. Mainit pala dito. Napektusan na rin si Cho, and another one as well. This is 2-4-2 exchange in favor of Evios. Grabe, almost na mabutas pero hindi pa tapos. Kala ko tatamaan na naman Wild Charge. Nagmintis dito, trying to sustain. Diyos ko! Siya lang mag-isa lang doon. Sinustain niya ang sarili niya. Si Lina will fall. There you go. Wipe out.
Wala na to.
I think this is it for the side of Team Evios, no? Nakukuha na nila ang Torre dito, trying to juggle. Ay, hindi pa. Hindi pa tapos. Joke lang. Pinupush na nila yung top side dito. And there you go, guys. That's a clear win from the recent clash. Sudden change of momentum. Ayun,
Sir, hindi na kailangan mag-antay ng minions eh.
Hindi siya, hindi siya mabutas eh. Every time mamamatay, tapos na naman yung suntok ng Kingpin's Maven.
Ano siya gaare, full defense.
Okay, tinitignan ko yung itemization dito. Walang necklace. Walang necklace of Durance to stop the
the regeneration na magagaling.
Yun ang magiging problema pala nila.
Wala ka ng crowd control, wala ka ng bull pedigula, wala ka pang necklace.
Mahihirapan talaga sila i-take down. Kailangan na nila dito is the counter item. I don't know if this is a too late na para sa Kingpin's Maven, pero may potential sila if ever nasamang mapitas nila dalawang core hero dito ng Evios. Just to stop the push.
Nakapagtuto pa sila pero naipit na naman. Ito kasama ang buhangin. At kasama na rin ang Dragon dito pero may magagawa kayo dito sa 1717. Nakakapasok pa kaya? Mukhang hindi na. 4 sa Evios. Dinaanan na lang niya. Tamang nood na lang. Si Rek, wala na rin magawa dito. Hindi na rin threatening yung damage niya. Arrow, iniilaga na lang. Dragon's Tail. Mas puputulin pa nila ang buntot dito ni 17 as the tower or the base will end and Kingpin's Maven na 2-0.
Sinarado na ng Evios Esports ang kanilang series against Kingpin's Maven. Lotus, I think, iba yung pinakita niya eh. Maganda yung ginawa niya nung Ofra siya, nung game number 1, pero ibang level itong Akai niya, no?
Actually, Proby, yung Akai niya, nakita na natin kanina nung match 1 na talagang solid talaga. Walang makatalo sa Akai niya na kahit yung show nakalaban niya ng 1v1, wala rin nagawa. So, ako, Lotus, G, Akai Lords talaga.
Akai Lords. Pero look at the stats, guys. 26-8. Very clean or somehow masyadong dominante ang pinakita dito ng Epheus against Kingpin's Maven. Look at that. Lamang na lamang in terms of the gold items as well. With regards sa rotation, it's all about Epheus Esports.
Grabe ang pinapakita talaga.
Later on, we'll see kung sino magiging MVP.
Alaban.
Hula ko, feeling ko si si Lotus eh.
Oo, parang ako Lotus. Kanina, feeling ko si MR eh. Pero nung tumatagal, parang si Lotus. Ako Lotus o RTZ siguro to. Feeling ko si RTZ medyo low-key lang siya.
Oo. May mga huli-huli din eh.
Oo.
Si RTZ. Pero for now, para sa akin, I think it's Lotus. Meron siyang nag-double wall. That's
Lotus,
it. Kill participation, 69%. Diba? Nasa kanilang numbers, net worth 7.2 plus the KDA 2-1-16 each and or almost every clash nandun siya. Most likely hindi ka makakaligtas, plus yung mga on point niya na wall, no, napipilay niya yung mga dapat pilayan.
Kahit show hindi nakakatakas sa kanya.
Usually yun ang isa sa pinakamahirap huliin Plus yung pinag-usapan natin kanina dito is yung Ling, wala silang natural na panghuli.
Yep.
Diba? Hindi ko napansin na nahirapan ng sobra si Ling in terms of clash. Parang pagbitaw niya ng mga skill like Tempest of Blades, hindi siya natatakot, okay lang. And we're going in for the highlights para sa ating recent laban.
Kitang-kita mo naman yung mga gala. Lalo na to, ito talaga yung nagdikta ng momentum nilang ng Epheus eh.
Ayun,
si Lost Mind.
Tinan mo yung clash dito. Meron dyan yung magandang ipit niya kay kay Cho eh. I don't know kung ipapakita.
Sa top yata.
Sa top pinakita yun eh. Pero ayun yung the double hatted.
Yan, no?
Oo. Naipit at naipit niya yung gusto niyang ipitin or yung mga kailangan niya ipitin. Ayun o.
Maganda yung nagiging pwesto niya.
Tsaka napansin ko yung ginagawa dito ng ng tawag dito ng Kingpin's Maven. Gumugo sila ng gumugo sa kill. Pero hindi na maganda yung exchange.
Medyo yung sari na yung team fights
perfect ipit. Hindi nakakagalaw yung dragon. Diba? Yung dragon naging alupihan. Tinanggalan lang ng paa.
Isipin mo, hindi naging sulit yung Selena at the same time hindi rin naging welted yung Yuzong. Hindi na nag-pan out talaga into carry potential, even the Granger.
Tama.
Kaya kung ako sa inyo guys, kung gusto nyo kumain Food Panda, meron tayong mga vouchers dito
Matik
na nag-aabang. Meron din mga diamonds, kaya kung ako sa inyo, tune in lang kayo. At habang ini-enjoy natin itong highlights, going back doon, talagang si Ashley medyo nagkaroon pa siya ng gandang huli kay RTZ, pero hindi na kasi enough eh. Yung tuto na yun, medyo nagkaroon ka lang ng konting hope na kaya pa nila. Kasi in terms of itemization, nagkulang sila.
Exactly. And hindi nyo papansin yung AOE damage ng itong ito yung dalawang ipit na pagbaba, double wall.
Tapos binangga ng buhangin.
Oo. So yung setup ng buhangin, sobrang easy sa kanya, no? Plus yung Tempest of Blades.
Na Dolomite. Feeling ko na nasagasaan ng Dolomite.
Na-stack. And congratulations again para sa Epheus Esports will advance para sa next bracket.
Yes, indeed. At kita mo naman, ang tindi ng bakbakan, Kingpin, nakita natin sila naggaling sa reverse nung previous matches, but this time, nabitin.
Exactly. And of course, marami pang laban na paparating. We need to still wait. We're going to have a very short break at magbabalik po ang G Legends Tournament.
2020! Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a two-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car.
Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no?
Without physically going to the store.
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to get my license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I will swear to mo because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
This is what courage looks like. It's letting go to embrace what matters. It's being brave enough to change and keep going. It's being unafraid of what's new and having the guts to just go for it together. So go find that courage to recreate better days. Only with Globe.
Gentlemen, how are you guys feeling? You guys made it to the top 64. Let's start with Captain Madness.
Actually, we are really overwhelmed because, to be honest, we just passed our application or our registration last night. It's just like about 4 hours away from the deadline. And then we don't have enough practice, but we are overwhelmed that we make it to the top 16.
Wow, clutch gaming. So congratulations, passing it. I mean, it must be a sign. Now let's hear from Captain Cha. Kumusta po kayo? So how are you feeling right now that you made it to the top 64?
Sobrang happy kasi yung team ko, bago lang kami. Wala pa kami 2 weeks, kaka ano lang ng team namin, so yung practice namin kulang. Pero ang ano ko lang, parang umabot lang kaming semis, pero yun nga, nanalo kami. So sobrang happy talaga, sobrang blessing. And thank you kay Lord, siyempre.
2020. Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us.
1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a 2-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car.
Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no?